Hey guys, it's Fancy. How are y'all? Just thought I'd come on and do a quick live and talk with you all. If you're just joining in, please tap and share, tap and share, tap and share. Copy the link. Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in. Hi everyone. I wanted to just talk a little bit. Mac's not with me right now because she's taking her mom to the doctor and stuff. So I'm hoping that, oh crud. Sorry guys, I'm trying to charge it and hold it up at the same time because my charger thingy is gone now. I mean, my post thingy is gone. The thing that holds it is gone now. It broke. So I'm very sorry if you're getting all this wobble. And you see me sideways. There you go. I can lean like this and then I'll be right for everybody to see me. Hey guys, keep tapping and sharing. Please start. That helps us protect the live. Let's get us to 10,000 so it keeps us safe and we can have a good conversation without being shut down again. Let's do that. So tap. I know got 7 people in here, so please keep sharing it out, guys. Let's go. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to talk about Gypsy today. I haven't talked about her for a while. So, not in any great detail. I have some things that I want to talk about. I want to show you guys some things. Hey, Mimi. Hi, sweetheart. I don't know why it does this where I can't, why can't, oh, gosh. Ugh. I hate this new approval of how you have to approve things. Oh, my God. I hate this new approval of how you have to approve things. Oh, my God. Let me see some. Have it on here. All right, so I'm going to try and bring this over here like this, so maybe you guys can do it this way. But I wanted to bring some things up on the screen, so I don't know. We'll see how well this works. Keep tapping and sharing, guys. Keep tapping and sharing. Tap. Share. How is everybody today? What are the burning questions? What does everybody want to hear today? What are you guys looking for? What do you think's going on with everything now that this new FOIA is coming out? There's new information coming out. What do you guys think of that? Because, oh boy, there's a lot that's been going on. Everybody is up in arms. I don't even know what is going on. I can't scroll Facebook or TikTok without finding people fighting in panels, and I just don't understand that at all. I don't want to be involved in any of that. I've never wanted to be involved in any of that. I am extremely upset by the things that Christy has said recently about Dee Dee. And I think it's low class. I think it's disgusting. I think that everybody should see her for exactly who she is now. If you don't see her for who she is, oh, thank you. I think I got my money gun here too. Oh, maybe not. I might have put it away because YY likes to take it. So I guess I don't have my money gun. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so yeah, I won't sit on panels and fight. I just won't do it. I don't have energy for that. I am 50 years old. I'm trying to write books and documentaries and run a company and all this shit. I don't have time for that nonsense. I do not have time for that nonsense. And the fact that woman sat up there for 4 freaking hours just rambling on shit about freaking Dee Dee just makes me so effing angry. And then this morning I get online and the first thing I see is this Trisha chick. Oh, thank you for the galaxy. Thank you so much. I see this. Do you want to come up, Jen? If you want to come up, you can come up. I see this chick this morning, and she's telling us that there's no proof that, oh, you're at work. Okay. There's no proof that Dee Dee was ever tested for the micro deletion. So it's just something Gypsy is lying about. Okay, but here's my question for you, love. If she's lying about getting the test, and she's lying that her mother wasn't tested, but you're saying she's lying that her mother was tested by giving me those documents. You think they're false documents. And so it must prove that she must have been lying and they must have told the doctor this. And that's how the doctor decided this. No, ma'am. That is not at all what happened. What happened is Dr. Le Pouchon, and I'm going to give you a timeline. This is what I came on to show you guys. I think I know exactly what triggered her and when the murderous actions began. Oh, thank you guys, thank you so much. Then why did she have the baby tested? I don't think she did have the baby tested. Literally, I don't believe the baby's been tested. I don't believe Rod's been tested. Okay, so this woman was trying to claim that if you see medical records out there, that they're not right. They're faked medical records. And I'm like, lady, do you even know who I am? Do you know where I've come from? Like, do you know what I do? And she's like, well, you're just, yeah. I'm like, lady, maybe Google me, okay? Because I'm trying to tell you, in the medical records, it shows exactly that. And the reason that I know that it wasn't just told to the doctor is because I know that Dee Dee was seeing the doctor, the same doctor. And they're in the results. And it was sent to Dr. Steele to show them this. So I want to show you guys, though, the timeline of this, okay? So let's see if I can pull this up and you guys can see it this way. Let me see. I might be able to do it behind my head. Hold on. Let's see here. Is it enhance? No. Enhance? Yes. Effects. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to get the green screen behind me. And I'm going to show you this one. Yes. Okay. So this is the first one I wanted to show you guys. And this is the one that shows that the doctor says that Dee Dee was tested up here. Dee Dee was tested and that she was found to not have the disorder and the father cannot be reached. The date on this document is 3/2/2011, and that's when the test results came back. I've got those two right here. Let me show you those. Hold on, right here. So this is those. Okay, so this one is dated 3/2/2011. You see it right there, received date. Okay, so that's the day they got it in. Then she was informed here. Okay, she admits that she knew. Christy and Rod admit that they knew. Dee Dee certainly knew, and I do believe the Petrie family knew. And lots of people knew about this because Dee Dee talked to her friends and other children from the bayou that have similar symptoms, and they were talking about maybe it was something to do like this, maybe da-da-da-da, maybe. So you've got to understand, Dee Dee was trying the whole time. Now I want you to think about this. Okay, so here is 3/2, right? You guys see this, right? 3/2. I'll be right back. I have to download the other pictures. Sorry, just give me 3/2, right? You guys see this, right? 3/2. I'll be right back. I have to download the other pictures. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Okay, so here's my next thing I want to put up. Okay, so you guys have got this. Any questions so far? You're tracking with me, right? This happens on 3/2/2011, okay? Now, the reason I'm doing this is because somebody asked me about when were the messages from Christy or from Gypsy to Rod and Mia. There should be sound now. I was paused for a minute. So you should have the sound now. Is the sound back now? Is the sound back now? Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let me keep going through this. So this is 3/2/2011, okay? All right, so next, so basically what I was being asked was, when did the messages from Dee Dee or from Gypsy to Rod and Mia happen, and when did she make the post about her dad ruining her life? It wasn't lagging. It was that I was paused because I was looking for a document to show you behind me. Okay, so that happened on or around, and I already put this information out today. You can go look at it. I put the screenshots up so you can see it. On or around 5/21/2011. Okay, so picking up. So you've got it right. You guys keep tapping and sharing. We need to get to 10,000, guys, so I don't get shut down. Okay, and if anybody is in the chat that I know really well and wants to come up, please let me know so I can help you guys, so I can have you up, because I don't want to talk all by myself today. I would like to discuss some of these things. I'd like to have a panel discussion today. So if you guys will hit the box, I will let you up, as long as you act respectfully and you don't come in here and start nonsense. All right. So tracking. This happens on 3/3. On 5/21, thereabouts, is the Facebook messages between Christy and Rod, or between Christy and Dee Dee, supposedly, allegedly, where she is telling her that the Leo girl did all of this and she's so sorry and everything. But I want you guys to think about this. Don't even think about the nudie pictures, okay? Because that's a whole other bag. The whole thing that started it, though, was that Gypsy had gone on the Snow Gypsy account, which is her secret account, even though she swears her mother was on it, her secret account, and said that her dad ruined her life, that her dad was a deadbeat, that he didn't care about her, that he had ruined her life. And that, I believe that this is what she was talking about right here, because she knows that her mother was tested. She damn well knows her mother was tested, and her mother doesn't have it. Okay? So, and I will put this on YouTube afterwards, guys, I promise, as long as it doesn't get shut down. My device is heating up. Okay, why is my device heating up? Oh, probably because the ring light's on behind it. Hold on, let me turn the ring light back off. It's probably making it really, really hot. Okay, so 3-3. Sorry, guys. So 3/3/2011, she finds out she's got the microdeletion. 5/21/2011, thereabouts, she posts the Facebook thing talking about how her dad ruined her life. Okay? Here's the third piece of it. On 6/14/2011 is when Dee Dee is seen in the hospital for the BB Pew Pew event. Tell me this didn't have something to do with it. Tell me that conversation that she said, where she said that, oh, thank you guys. We're well over 10,000. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. When she found out, I think that is when Dee Dee told her, look, I have tried to tell you this. You're not normal. You're not going to have a regular life. You're not going to fall in love and have children because you're sick. You're very, very sick. And she was very, very sick. And she will continue to get worser. The things are more worse. The things that she has that have been corrected are things that have been corrected, and they did the right things. But there are other things that eventually she's going to regress again. She has this, whether she wants to deny it or not. She has this. I do believe Dee Dee was scared of Gypsy. Abso-freaking-lutely. But I mean, that tracks for you, okay, guys? And what's significant about 6/14? What's significant about that? That's the day she makes the Facebook post, right? 6/14 or 6/15. Yeah, 6/14. 6/14 or 6/15. Okay? So these dates are important to her. All these dates. June is not just for any random reason. June correlates with her grandmother passing. But here is your proof. Now let me show you the last piece of it. She does love Jake, but she does love dates. That's exactly it. Okay, so let me see here. Effects. Is that what I want? No. What else did I want to show you guys? It was 5. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Why is it not in here? Hold on. Let me go find it. Just a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, there you go. This is the ER visit right here on 6/14, where Dee Dee is getting her bullet taken out. Because they hate her. Because they're jealous of her and they're trash people. I have everything. I don't understand why everybody questions it. I have shown everything I've had for years. I don't hide shit from you guys. I'm the first person when I find something to run to you guys to tell you all about it. Because I want everyone to know. Okay, so I'm going to stop showing it behind me. Hold on, let me get that out of there. Effects. No. So, what do you guys think about that? That is a clear and present timeline. It is very clear what the inciting incident was, what she did First, she was mad at her dad. Then she felt remorse for that because Christy and Daddy were paying attention to her now. And then not days later, she tried to off her mother. I'm scared that you will cover my nephew's trial, but I want an unbiased opinion. What's his trial? Wait, what? Sweet as honey? No, I just said it straight up. 3-3-11. She gets the results that she has the 1Q to 1.1 microdeletion. Okay? Yes, she had to have the BBs removed. Yes. On 5/21, around about that time. Oh my God, what name is it? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to hear that, Crystal. Oh God. Okay, so that happens. Then she makes the post about Rod and how he ruined her life and sends out the freaking nudie pictures to her and her 10-year-old sister and asks her 10-year-old sister to start looking up men on the internet. Oh God. Whew. I will definitely look into it. Okay? So then, somewhere around June 9th through the 14th, Gypsy pew-pews her mother, 10 times with a BB gun? And is holding a jabber at her throat? What? Do you guys not see this? It never had anything to do with abuse. She had a mental fucking breakdown from being diagnosed. And all Dee Dee ever did was try to help her. She was a good mom. Nothing that was done to her medically was not necessary. It was all 100% necessary. Even the muscle biopsy, because what were they trying to do? They were trying to figure out why the little brat could not fucking walk. Well, I'll tell you why the little brat couldn't walk. She didn't want to, and she admitted that. Like, I don't know how anyone can believe anything that comes out of these people's mouths. If you haven't seen what Christy Blanchard is like from the other night, I don't know how I can help any of you see any better. Thank you guys. They are all liars. All of them. I had great hopes for Mia, but not anymore. Sadly, have this condition too. I do, Laura May. I do think they have it. I've talked about this a lot in previous videos. They all have the facial markers. Now, Nicolette, not as much, but I have a suspicion as to why it didn't affect Nicolette like it has the others. And I think that's because Jill is not part of the little sect that they all run in and breed in, okay? It's like 5, 10 to 20 families that are all together. Yeah, she said, yeah, probably. She said so before. Yeah, and so I don't think Jill was part of that little community. And I think that's why Nicolette does not look like the other two as much. Oh, she was totally jealous. Totally jealous. 100% jealous. 100%. Absolutely. And this makes me wonder. Oh, I know, Nicole. Thank you, sweetheart. That woman is not, you can't help her. You can't help stupid. You just can't help stupid. I don't understand how she can't figure out that you can't Google and find a source that Dee Dee was tested. That's because the only sources that are out there are supplied by the Blanchard family. Duh. Like, I checked 3 sources. What 3 sources? Google, Bing, and Firefox? Like, what do you mean? There would be no way for Google to know. None. Unless it's told that she actually had this and it's shown the proof that she has it so it can catalog it. So I guess if I can make Google scroll my feed, then maybe it'll find it. But otherwise, honey, I don't know what your source is. But if you don't have these medical records, you don't have a source, babe. And then she tried to tell me a couple of different things about the medical records. This was crazy. First, she tried to say that there was no way I could have them, and she tried to do the HIPAA thing, and I was like, no, girlfriend, that don't apply to me. Sorry, don't know what you're talking about. Then she tried to tell me, oh, well, okay, so Gypsy must have told you that. No, Gypsy didn't tell me that. Guess what? Gypsy's really pissed off that I fucking found out. Just saying. So then she's like, okay, so if you don't have the medical records, those have to be false documents because you can't get them. I can if they were handed to me by the freaking person that they belong to, ma'am. Like, so she's like, I don't believe it. There's no source. I'm like, there's a source. I've put it out. You have a source. This is a medical document. It has real numbers on it. It's real doctors. Why don't you go look them up? Idiot. Yes, Gypsy did threaten me at one point. Long before she knew I knew this. If she'd known I knew this back then, oh boy, they would have done everything they could have, worse than what they already did, to keep me silent. Right, medical records can be obtained if they were given to you. Exactly. Block the users mods. I don't even know if I have mods in here right now. Someone on Natasha's side told me Dee Dee died peacefully in her sleep. Yeah, I've heard that one going around too. I think Christy's the one who said that or something. Yeah, no, she did not die peacefully in her sleep. Anyway, so that's what I really wanted to show was the pattern here. I believe this is the inciting incident that made her go crazy. I really do. If people would read the records, you can see from the test that Gypsy is really sick. Yes. I bet Gypsy gets me in trouble for looking at other people's medical records in the future. Yeah, I'm aware. And my book was supposed to be out tomorrow, but we didn't finish it yet. What did Mia do? She's just another one of the family that's going along with all their crap. I hope she gets away from them. I really do. But as it's going right now, no. She's just going to end up like the rest of them. Riding her sister's, coattails for clout and money and all that. I'm frustrated. I shouldn't have to cover the basics every damn day. Well, happy birthday, Goth Mom. I shouldn't have to sit out here, and tell everybody the same thing over and over again. I have put all the proof in the world out there. If you have not found the proof to prove that Dee Dee was tested and that she was not the one who had the microdeletion, you didn't look hard enough, because you certainly didn't search me. You would have found it. But whatever. Mia's going to turn out just like her mom. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's what's going to happen. They're raised like that. Unfortunately. People watch the movie instead of reading. Exactly. Oh, Goth Mom here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Goth Mom. Happy birthday to you. There you go. So, thank you. I have been looking at the FOIAs. I mean, I got the new ones from Trixie. She was nice enough to provide the ones with David's interview and the phone calls, and I've been kind of breaking those phone calls down as well. I'm working on that, guys, but we've been trying really hard to get the book done. We wanted it out tomorrow, but it's not going to happen. It'll probably be out sometime later this week or early next week. There was a post that Gypsy made. Mom died on the 9th. Nick didn't show up till the 10th. I know that. I'm telling you. I know all that. How did she go peacefully when she was 14 times? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, 17 times, by the way. And then the neck. So just so you know. You'd be nuts to believe her. Exactly. I'm trying to put out the... Yeah, there is a new FOIA too. Apparently, the Myra got it from the sheriff's office, not from the other places. So it's different. And I'm hoping to find out about that tomorrow or today. I think they're going over it tonight, and I'm gonna definitely be there to watch that because I want to see what's in the new FOIA. I think Trixie has it too, but she just hasn't been able to put anything out just yet because she's been working on the Nicholas video. It has been confirmed now. According to Trixie, I do not have the page, but from what I understand, yeah, there's supposed to be something after the jail calls. From what I understand, there is confirmation that there were 2 jabbers. I had never seen confirmation of that before, so I'm waiting for that to make sure I'm actually correct, but I had never seen that. Sent by Rod to Snow Gypsy on 6/16/2015. Really? Do you have that one, Nellie? Nellie, if you guys have it, can you please let me have it? I will credit you. I just need to walk through it, and I can't sit on lives and watch you guys go through it. I have to physically look at it. So if you've got it, I would very, very much appreciate it. I want to see what those things are. Why do you think, okay, Misguided Beauty, can you please tell me why you think Dee Dee was an awful person? Can you? Tell me why she was evil. I'm not being rude. I really want to know what your opinion is. What is your opinion? So, yes, I agree with that one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Nellie, do you want to come up and talk a little bit about it? You can come up. Let me see if Nellie will come up. So I want you guys to think, oh, damn. Dee Dee spoiled the brat. But that doesn't mean she's evil. What Dee Dee did was take care of a fragile, medically challenged child. And she was controlling and abusive. How do you know that? How do you know that? Because Gypsy told you? Honey, there was no proof of any of that. None of it. Nothing. She was taking care of a child who was very sick that didn't want to be sick. That's what happened. And when she decided Mama wasn't going to let her not be sick and not run around with men 35 years old and not run around and steal her narcotics, I believe that the conversation that happened where she's talking about how her mom told her she'd never have love and she did the cow thing and all that, that's not what happened. I don't believe that at all. None of that makes any sense. What I do believe is a conversation after finding out about this 1Q2 1.1 microdeletion would have been a logical conversation of, look, honey, you're going to have this for the rest of your life, and it can cause complications for your baby if you have a baby. It can cause problems if you're with a man, whatever, because of your outbursts, and you're just not going to be a normal person. And she's not. She's not normal at all. At all. Everyone that I have talked to that knows Dee Dee that is not related to the Petries or the Blanchards love Dee Dee. Fraud Make-A-Wish together? No. No. You know why? Because she had the conditions that qualified her to go on the Make-A-Wish trip. She was on SSI, disability. Her mother was as well. And in my opinion, allegedly for entertainment and educational purposes only, I do believe that we have been able to with 99% certain that she did have leukemia as a little girl. It's connected to her 1Q2 1.1. It's called Flasterman's anemia or Flasterman's disorder. It's an anemia, and it's an anemia that would be caused by her microdeletion. And so that makes much more sense to me than her lying about it all these years. Okay? No, you told me the reason you believed your mother was because she gave you, rugs to take for your chemo. And at the time, I did not know that rugs were available to take orally for chemo. So I thought that was bad. So I thought I thought she was lying. I thought all of that. Okay? But here's the thing. No. The treatment is a bone marrow transplant, which we've all heard Melissa Moore now say 2 different times in 2 different interviews. Yes. Severe ones, Candace. Cognitive developmental delays. It's linked to autism, ADHD, schizophrenia. You know, that's why she keeps trying to say her mom had schizophrenia. It's okay. Here, let me approve these things. She was not controlling and abusive. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. She was not controlling and abusive. She wasn't. She was taking care of a child who does not have cannot in her mind wrap the fact around the fact that she is actually sick. She still takes medications. She's going to need to take medications. And somebody with the microdeletion in the range that she is in is not expected to live past 50 years old. Dee Dee believed early on that her daughter was going to die. All of the things that they got, all of the assistance that they got, all of the medical treatments that they got were all things she qualified for. She wants to sit up here and talk bad about her mom for being on food stamps. Why the fuck aren't you talking bad about your papa for not giving your mom enough money so she didn't have to be on food stamps? Oh, she had 3 different phones. Yes, because she qualified for those phones, sweetheart. She qualified for housing to help you. She qualified to get the Habitat home. Why? Because you were an actually sick child. And the fact that you're out here saying this shit about your mother on a daily basis is freaking foul. And who's more foul than you? Your fucking stepmother. Yeah, and if Gypsy was so controlled, how did she take all those pictures in the living room? How did she get on buses? How did she walk down the street? How did she go visit Dan? Yep, she was a single mom with a sick child. She qualified, and not only did she qualify, she deserved the help. God knows her father wouldn't help her. Deadbeat dad. Yes, in the living room. If you look behind her head in the with the freaking jabber, that little light box, the fuse box is right behind her head. There are ring lights in there. She knew she was making freaking content. And that's what she was doing in the shed. Yes, Dee Dee never did anything for herself. It was all for that little brat. Ungrateful brat. Hi, Swiss honey. You can come up, darling. Thank you. Save me from sitting here talking to my damn self. Hey, girl.
Hi.
How are you?
Okay. I did not know that she was doing that in the living room, but that new book says she had over 150 videos.
Yes. Yes, it's in the FOIA. She sent Nicholas over 150 videos. Some of them even had, Dee Dee sacrificed her life for her. Some of them even had credits at the end. You know, the one where she's talking about how he's going to take their daughters, you know what? She put credits at the end of that. Do you guys understand that? Like, she literally went in and made a video and edited it and put
I need to
credits at
see
the end of it.
this.
Are you guys freaking kidding me with this? How can you possibly believe that she freaking isn't a mastermind behind this? What is wrong with all of you? That you can't see that there was motive? There was motive, there was means, and she took it. I can't. I don't, however, everybody can't see it.
I feel like that too.
Like, I'm out here trying to do this, put information out that's real, and I got people over here telling me that the medical records that were given to me by her are fake. And I'm like, she's confirmed it. What do you not understand? This is a real doctor. Go look up real doctors. Look and see who he is. Maybe you might get something. I don't know. You might learn something real since you like to Google and that's your source. You do understand, however, that Google is only as good as the people uploading shit into Google, right? It can't scroll people's medical records. Ugh. So how'd you like the book? Did you get through it, sweetest honey? Did you get through it?
We read the entire book. It was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
it was okay. I mean, it's pretty basic. And I think it was very, it's what I know, it's more on her hiring Nicholas than anything else. The new FOIA does include them. That's what we've been waiting for. Yeah. So you read the book. It was good.
it was kind of drawn out like I don't know, almost like a college paper or something. It
Yeah,
was really interesting. It was cut and dry. Like,
it was very cut and dry.
yeah, I liked it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're publishing a book, right?
Yeah, I have two that are going to come out sometime this week or next week. I wanted them out today or tomorrow, but it just didn't happen, and we got sidetracked. All right, I'm letting you up in the box. I don't know who you are, and if you start anything crap, I'm going to drop you down immediately.
No, 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 that's it's good.
Okay. Hi.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, I've never been on a live before.
Oh wow.
I'm JFK Annie.
Oh hey.
This is my secondary profile to go with
Okay.
my group.
Okay, I know who you are then. Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So you had asked me that question today, I think, about when was the it was either you or one other person, but when were the messages between Rod
Yes,
and
yes, I'm doing a deep dive on that.
Okay, did you hear my explanation of the timeline?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I'm going to tell it to you again then because it's very important. So on 3/3/11, they get back the results of the micro deletion, and it is known that Dee Dee did not have it, that she was tested by the same doctor, same lab, and she did not have it. So that's 3/3/11. On 5/21, right thereabouts or somewhere in that range, is when she did the messages to Mia and her father. And on top of that, not only did she send the nude pictures, but she also made a post on that profile talking about how her father had ruined her life and that he was a deadbeat, he was abusive, she didn't care, da, 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 da. And that's when they have the conversation between Christy and supposedly Dee Dee, but I don't believe that's Dee Dee. I believe that's Gypsy because in the past, she has told us that one was a secret account, and two, she doesn't write like Dee Dee. Dee Dee writes differently, and Gypsy has her own way of writing. And when I've looked at it, that's how I feel. Okay, so that happens at 5:21 around there because that's when the conversation is happening, right? By 6:24, no, 6:14, Dee Dee is in the hospital having the BB pew-pews taken out of her body.
Okay, how does that relate to the Dan Glidewell timeline?
It relates exactly to the Dan Glidewell timeline because it's directly after she went to see Dan.
So what month did she start up with Dan? Do we know?
She'd been seeing him already for a while. I don't believe that they only saw each other in 2011 at all. From what I've heard from other sources, they had been on and off, you know, but he wasn't her boyfriend. He was just a guy that had, you know, relations with her. And
Right.
she thought it was a real relationship because she's not okay up here. You know, and I think that's probably what caused all this. The inciting incident, in my opinion, allegedly, is that that was the conversation where her mother, after finding out about the freaking you know, the micro deletion, after the problems with Christy and Rod or whatever, if she knew about them, and then she oh god, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. This conversation. That conversation that she says where Dee Dee did the whole cow's tongue and the blood and all that, and you're never gonna find love. I think that is a complete and utter delusion. Another delusion that she has convinced herself of. I imagine the conversation probably went somewhat along like this. Look, honey, this proves, you know, this shows us that you're not going to live a normal life. You know, you've got problems. There's going to be things that you're going to have lifelong care for. It's probably not recommended for you to have children because you can pass this on. And it would probably be very taxing on your body, which it is. And it was. And then she probably flipped. I think that was the break. I think she thought, my mom is making this all up because I don't feel sick and I don't want to be sick. So that's what she decided. She wasn't sick. And the only person who wouldn't stop saying that she was sick is Dee Dee. So Dee Dee had to go.
Well, that explains a lot because, see, I thought it was later. I thought the messages were like 2015, 2016, or I mean 2014. So I did not know it was 2011, and that explains a lot.
It explains
For instance,
everything.
Christy said the other day on the live that Gypsy had sent Dan's Facebook profile to Mia, to 10-year-old Mia.
Yes.
And, you know,
And
something's going on there. They were like procuring or something. What was going on with all those men were passing her around at
Yes, they
VisionCon?
were.
They had to be.
They had
Because
to.
how did Dan just find her secret profile? Give me a
Right.
break.
Well, plus, it's been said that they just bumped into each other, and I'm like, how do you just bump into each other at a convention, and then you
How
automatically
do you bump
who
into
this
each
person
other and then he
is?
randomly finds you on Facebook and begins messaging you?
Yeah,
No.
nowadays it'll like start connecting people, but sometimes you'll get like someone
back then.
nearby, but someone you just bumped into.
No,
But back
not back
then,
then.
it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that. And it wasn't like that. It just I can't explain to how much it wasn't like that. But here's the thing.
Like some of this stuff is so dumb. Like why even lie if you're just gonna say dumb things that
Well, they lie all the
anybody
time.
can
Yeah.
disprove?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. That's why they don't like me, because I can disprove everything they freaking say every time. It's just that's why I'm blackballed. That's why I'm told that I'm crazy. That's why I've been treated the way I have been. That's why they attack me, but with millions of people, not millions, but you know what I mean. An army of people have to attack me to take me out. Because they can't do it, because I won't stand down. I found this information out, and I am not going to rest until Dee Dee gets justice. I'm sorry. You all can sit here and tell me that I should move on. I should do this. I should do that. Why are we obsessing? You know what? I'm obsessed with the crime. I am not obsessed with the person.
I
Well,
know.
Give one shit about that little girl or what she freaking does.
They also lied to you.
They did.
They lied. You didn't turn until you saw those interrogation videos.
That's right.
And a lot of people did not turn until they saw her behavior there.
That's right. Yep. Yep.
And they have to handle you because they gave you all that shit. You've got all that.
They know they effed up. They thought I was some small town little producer who had knew nothing, and I would just go along with the story, and they could hand me anything and everything, and I'd just be like, okay, that makes sense. No, sorry. I outfoxed, outmoved, and outthought you at every fucking step. Because I'm not freaking stupid, and you are.
Plus, you didn't want your company to look like they're not credible because they lied about stuff. You have to check.
Yep. And then all the people causing drama for me, running around and saying things and, supposedly defending me, but all you're doing is causing more problems for me. That didn't help. It's not a good look for me. And I've tried to tell everybody that. Don't do things in my name somewhere else when I didn't ask you to do it, or I'm not in a room. Don't defend me in a room I'm not in. Like, seriously, I don't care. I don't care what other people say about me. I'm tired of the drama. So if we just stop the drama on our side, there is no drama. I block you, you move on. That's it,
Yeah, and then it gets quiet, and I like the quiet.
I like the quiet. I enjoy having regular conversations with people about this. If there's questions you guys have, let me know. But I mean, this timeline is very, very important. And I think that 6/14 is important to her as well. I don't know if maybe that's the day that they, had something for Emma. I don't know. But that date is just as relevant as June 9th to her. Because it's there's something about these dates. It is absolutely something about these dates. She has everything. She had to leave Ryan on the day their dad did this. It's just, she's freaking weird, dude.
Hey, so someone asked someone else in my comment section where Gypsy says the reason for her knuckles being bruised, and I cannot for the life of me remember.
I don't know that I've ever seen her talk about it.
Because it was said somewhere that she got the bruises from cleaning the floor. And I was like,
that's what I think.
What?
That's not what I think. No. How are you going to get bruises on every single knuckle?
That's what I said. You were
Are you scrubbing like this?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I mean, what are you doing?
That's so weird.
It's not rug burn. It would be rug burn. It wouldn't be black and blue and purple and green. It would be like reddish and rashy.
So I was like, where was that?
No, it's just something that they came up with. That's what they came up with. That's what she bruised my hands because I was cleaning the carpet. No, ma'am. No one cleans a carpet like that.
I still don't understand how she got away with a crime with fucking bruised knuckles. Sorry, excuse my French.
Because it's corruption, baby. There is no other
Wild.
explanation. Corruption. That's it.
And everybody's like, this poor girl. And I'm like, her knuckles.
Had she gone to trial, she would not have gotten away. She would have been prosecuted. And she would have been charged with solicitation and other charges. Because
Absolutely.
Nick didn't have any motive. Gypsy is the only one who had motive.
Motive. And that motive started in 2011.
Everything goes back to 2011. Well, before that, it goes back to 2009 when they started EnvisionCon.
It does.
Okay?
It does.
When she
It does
was
go back to
actual
2009.
age. She's actual age 17, but everybody in the neighborhood, everybody thinks she's 13, but
Yep.
she's sending naked pictures. Now, those guys at VisionCon all knew. They talked about it. They all showed what she was doing. So everybody knew that this supposed 13-year-old girl is sending naked pictures of herself. But nobody says anything. Why?
Why? And why did David Blanchard just decide to throw Dan Glidewell under the bus so freaking hard? in an interview?
Exactly.
He wasn't being asked about Dan Glidewell. And why was
No.
Dan Glidewell never questioned in this whole thing until Nick's appeal? And was that really actually the real Dan Glidewell that testified? Because we've never seen a picture of the man testifying. And they have sealed that freaking thing where you can't get the freaking footage from it. So I want to know why we've never seen actually Dan Glidewell in any meaningful way. We've
And
seen
what-
who she says it is, and we've seen who they said for 10 years that it was, and it wasn't, supposedly, allegedly.
Right. Why did Christy and Gypsy convince everybody that it was Fat Dan, Mugshot Dan? Why did they for
Right.
years say when they knew the real Dan?
Yep. Yes, Dirty Grandma, I do believe he refused to be tested, and I don't believe he's been tested, even though they say he has. They've provided no proof, and without proof, I don't believe anything they say, so sorry. Yeah. But yeah, no, this is all about that. And I've been thinking about the text message of her telling Nicholas, okay, so my mom didn't know I could walk. If I tell anybody, blah, 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 all that. I think, she has a way of doing things that don't line up in the timeline that she's doing it in, but it actually happened somewhere else. Just like in 2009, the laryngoscopy is the actual thing that she was trying to say that was happening in 2015. So I'm thinking in 2009, and I think Dee Dee always knew she could kind of walk, but I don't think Dee Dee knew that she could walk all the time. I think Dee Dee believed what she told Rod by saying, well, her legs get tired and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going to tell you something. That would still be listed in a medical record as paraplegia. Because if you have any numbness, it's still partial paraplegia is still paralysia. No, there's no brain scans. And I think that's really interesting because Christy went on there and said that the first thing she wanted to see was the brain scans. And she just wanted to look at them and see what kind of person has a brain like that. Except there were no brain scans, Christy. So what did you look at? I'd like to know. Asking for a friend. No? Oh, okay. What do I think will happen when she gets off parole? She's going to go hog wild. Dirty Grandma, I just answered you. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. So yeah, this timeline is everything. So I think in 2009 is when Dee Dee actually found out that Gypsy could fully walk. And that was because of VisionCon and being caught with that man. And she had an ID on her. So, everybody knew that she wasn't 12 or 13 years old. And I'm not even convinced that that's a true story. I'm convinced they made everything up after the fact. Everything to fit after the fact. It's my opinion. So now that you know the timeline, what are you thinking, Dee Dee?
What about the McDonald's incident? Do you think
McDonald's incident. The McDonald's
Yeah.
incident.
Do you think that she set Nick up?
Yes.
So do I.
Yes, the McDonald incident, I believe, happened in 2012, if I'm right. I think it happened in 2012. It could happen in 2014, but I'm pretty sure it happened in 2012. Yes, he went there all the time. That's where he spent his days when he wasn't home because it was right by his house. So he would go there and use the free Wi-Fi. So I don't know if they didn't have Wi-Fi at home or what was going on, or if, like, he was monitored there. I don't freaking know. But what I do know is that was somewhere he spent a lot of time at. They knew him, they recognized him. And what happened, he was not sitting there yanking his wee-wee for 12 hours or 8 hours, whatever they said. I've looked at the police report. I've read the thing. I've seen what the charges were. I've seen what the people said, and it's basically, yes. Was he looking at corn? Yes, he was. But what kind of corn was it? Was it something she instructed him to watch? Was it something that it was her? And then she used it against him. It was the first thing she said. Oh my God, I hope that my boyfriend hasn't done anything wrong, because, he did something the other time, and if he's done something wrong, I would just slap him upside the head.
Right.
Yeah. She laid that foundation right there to make him out to be a sexual deviant.
Yeah, when I first got on TikTok under my JFK Annie account, I made a post, just a photo post about the McDonald's incident, and the one question I asked is, was he watching her? That got 20,000 views in 2 days.
And that's the thing. He was. I think he was. Because they were together already.
Yeah, and she said a bunch of her trolls just jumped on that post.
Mm-hmm.
That post, and then I made a post about the shed. Those two posts had over 30,000 views.
Right. Yep.
So there's something there. There's something with the BDSM.
There's something with David Blanchard too, because I'm telling you, the second that I started talking about him, that motherfucker shut me down in the middle of the night and then canceled all the freaking VisionCon freaking events. So something is not right in freaking, at the Quickie Mart. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? But the timeline makes sense. Now that I saw each one of those pieces and I put it together and I was like, oh my God. No. She did not find a prescription pad. You know why I know she didn't find a prescription pad? And why I know she definitely didn't stick her hand in cat shit. You want to know why? Because she told me that story. And there was never cat shit involved. There was never, I'm looking under the mattress involved. There was a crime scene photo that she gave me that literally showed a sliver of a white thing standing up and down like this. Not like this, which would have indicated to me that it was one of the boxes under the bed. And I said, Christy, that doesn't look like a prescription pad to me. And she said, oh, but it is. I swear to you, it is. And I'm like, okay, but this is a crime scene photo. So how are you telling me that is the prescription pad in the crime scene photo, but they didn't find it, but they pulled everything out from underneath the bed? I don't understand. I don't get how are you saying this? Well, I found it. Well, why did you give it to the police? No. I gave it to Mike. Okay, really? Because Mike didn't enter into evidence. It's not entered in any evidence. And you're going to tell me that you're going to use a crime scene photo to prove that you saw it instead of an actual photo you took of the prescription pad, right? Because you didn't think to take a picture of the prescription pad, just like you used the crime scene video forever and ever and ever to try and prove that all of that medication was in there when you walked into the house. And I absolutely know it wasn't. And the reason you did that was because you were caught in the house illegally. They had not released the house to you. You had freaking U-Hauls all ready to go, which is interesting to me. And you're there within 2 to 3 days, and you're in the house and you get caught with narcotics in your purse that don't belong to you. And that's when you fabricated the story that, oh God, you found all of this and the police didn't find it and you were taking it to your lawyer.
Didn't Christy just admit on that live the other day that she gave the pad to the police?
That's what she says.
Okay, so now she gave the pad to the police, but the police did not log it into evidence?
Right. So did she give it to Mike and he didn't log it? Or did she give it to the officers and they didn't log it? Or, hey, here's a third option. It doesn't exist. Do you know why I know it doesn't exist? I'll show you guys again why I know it doesn't exist. This is a book that Christy gave me out of her damn house. That is Dee Dee's writing. Do you see what it says down here? Medication list, right? Every freaking time she picked up a freaking medication, it went in this damn book. And there's several of them that I don't have, but this is the most current one because this is one's from, let's see, when was this? All rights reserved, 2011. Oh, hey, these are 2010, 2011. Go figure. She was going to one pharmacy. Every single one of those pharmacy records is in this book. So what was the prescription pad for? And who really stole it? And did it exist? Because if somebody stole a prescription pad, I'm honestly going to think it's probably Gypsy, because she was doing what she was doing with Dan and David. Tell me again how David Blanchard is not involved. That he was cleared by the police, according to Christy. Tell me again.
Well, all of them, David, okay, they've all been quiet. Now, take Dan Glidewell. If somebody was on the internet saying that I was involved in a murder, I would get my face out there, okay? I would be like right up there, no, I'm not, and here's how I'm not. Here's the evidence of how I'm not. Here's how I've been cleared by the police.
Right.
But none of them have done that.
Here's me appearing in court at his appeal, because again, I say we have never seen the person who actually was in the courtroom, and we've only been told that is the correct Dan Glidewell this year or last year by the lying queen. So it could have been both Dan Glidewells. You know who goes by Danny and not Dan? The other Dan Glidewell, which is interesting because David called him Danny. Just saying. Both have rug charges. Both have property in wherever the Arkansas, wherever the house was. Yeah. No, neither one of them have ever spoken out. Nobody knows any of them because it's where money comes from. Bigger house.
Natasha Cooper claimed that she interviewed Dan.
Natasha Cooper didn't interview anyone.
I know she didn't. I'm just saying.
You know how I know she didn't interview anyone? Because there's no footage of her interviewing anyone. And
that's true. Yeah.
Natasha filmed everything. Everything. So she goes to Springfield. She doesn't pick up the records that she says she's going to go pick them up. Even when I said that you weren't going to be able to get anything other than what I have, I'll give you everything if you'll just knock your crap off. No, she's got to go to Springfield. She needed that money, boy. And then she supposedly met this guy and that guy, but she didn't know it was. Sorry, guys. Sorry, that was Mac calling. Let me tell her to come over here because she's probably home from the doctor or whatever. So yeah, I mean, none of this makes any freaking sense. But if you put the real stuff in there, the stuff that has come out this year and last year, if you put all of that in there, it makes sense. It's the only time it makes sense. And that text message from her to Nicholas saying that at 6 years old, she's the one who decided that she liked the attention and she wanted to be, if she was sick, mommy paid attention to her. That is an accurate portrayal of what happened. It's the only thing that makes sense because everything else in her medical file, the dental records, the salivary glands, the eye problems, the ear problems, the muscle tone, everything else, everything was given a reason and they were able to either cure it, treat it, or do whatever they can do to prevent it from getting worse, right? Except for what? They could not a single one of them figure out why she couldn't stand, why she couldn't walk. And she stands up in Flasherstein's office because that's the first story she told me. And that's the first story she told everybody else. And the first story I think is always the closest to the truth. You just have to figure out what is the truth and what she's making up or what she's repurposing. So she tells me that, damn it, what was I talking about? Fuck. Somebody help me out. What was I saying? Her muscle tone. Okay. So yeah, the only thing that they couldn't figure out was the not being able to walk or stand. She stands up in Flash Christine's office and immediately collapses to the back into her chair, like, I can't do it. That's not Dee Dee, that's her. That's it. She was doing this. That's why nobody could figure it out. Because there's no reason. She had the muscle tone. It was weakness, yes, because she's got the freaking muscle problems. There was, there's no atrophy in her legs like there should have been. It's just, that's the only thing that didn't make sense. Why? Because it's the one thing she was faking. That she was faking. And now she's admitted that she was faking it. So how can you still blame it on Dee Dee? I don't even understand people that do. People are in here telling me Dee Dee was evil. What do you mean? What is your reasoning for that? Where's your proof? Everyone I've ever talked to said she was a delight. Except her stupid family, and I don't like any of them. I think they're all liars. I think they're all con artists. I think they've all known the entire time. And I think they just they thought that Dee Dee was just not doing the right things because she wasn't sending her to school. But okay, but they didn't understand. How are you going to send a kid to school like that? You can't. Hold on, let me get Mac. Her family agreed with the media so they wouldn't look bad. Yeah. Her eyes back and collapsing was for attention. Okay, Sabrina, I'm with you on that. I've thought that the whole time. Come up, Mac, come up in the box. I've thought that the whole time, but there's also something to be said for it being an actual seizure, because that is what childhood seizures can look like. And so it could have absolutely been that still. But, I didn't think that, Nellie, you were friends with Dee Dee? Because I didn't know that. I didn't think you were friends. I thought you were just cousins with Dinah, but okay, whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, have you heard what I figured out today, Mac?
Not all of it. I'm in between taking my mom and picking her up, so I'm waiting on her to call me. So I might have to go, but
that's fine.
Fill me in.
Okay, so today, Dee Dee Petrie down here, which is JK Annie or whatever, JFK Annie, she asked me a question, and she asked me, when was the conversation between Rod and Dee Dee, or Christy and Dee Dee, when all of that went down with the nude pictures and the post about he's destroyed my life, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to look for that, and I was certain it was in 2011. I knew it, but I wanted to make sure I had the date. I was like, okay, I gotta look. So I'm looking through all of them, and I can't find one that has a date on it. Then I finally found one of the ones I posted before in a Facebook group, and I was like, here's a date. Fantastic. So I went and I looked at that, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I looked at when Dee Dee went to the hospital for the BB pew pew incident. I'm going to give you this timeline. On 3/3/2011, Matt, she finds out that she has the microdeletion and that her mother does not. Mm-hmm. On 5/21, thereabouts in that realm is when she does the nude pictures and the post about her dad being a deadbeat dad, abusive, She's ruined her whole life.
We've gone over this. Yeah.
On 5/21, and on 6/14, Dee Dee was in the hospital from the pew pew incident. Mm-hmm. That was the inciting incident right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's when she became murderous.
Yep.
Because she didn't want to deal. She could not face the fact that she had this disorder, mm-hmm. and it was going to affect her for her whole life. So she had to do away with the one person who would never let that happen.
So,
and now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had been faking the not walking. So, she just thought that that's why her mom still thought she was sick, I think. Yes, I can give the dates again. 3 or 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3. She gets the diagnosis that she has the microdeletion, and she gets the notice that her mother does not have it. Okay. So then around about 5/21 of 2011, is when the nudie pictures were sent to her and to Gypsy's sister Mia, 10-year-old sister Mia, and her dad.
Yeah.
And she makes the post about the fact that she hates her dad, that he's ruined her life, that he's a deadbeat, he's a piece of crap, and that all happens. And by 6/14, now VisionCon happened in between here, or not VisionCon. The visit to Dan happened right in here. And by 6/14, she has unloaded a BB pew pew into her mother, and her mother is in the hospital getting the pew pews.
What she thought was a real pew pew.
Yes. It was on her Snow Gypsy. I'm sure it's not there now. I had it at some point in time, which means it's somewhere.
So, do you think maybe in her mind she's like, okay, now there's a name for it, and my dad still doesn't care? My dad still doesn't want anything to do with me?
Yeah.
Hey, Naomi.
Yep. I think it was all about...
Now this is for certain, you know what I mean? There's a name. I have something. Dad, why aren't you paying attention to me?
Yep. So she was going to make him pay attention to her.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And she was going to kill two birds with one stone. Daddy would become her savior. And
you're going to take me whether you want to or not.
In the way of anything that she wanted.
Hey, Shortcake. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Yes, yes. Yep.
Oh, no, I'm a firm believer. I feel like everything that she has done has been for Rod.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just listen to that first phone call. That is the weirdest thing for her to say that. I want a relation. I want a dad and daughter relationship with you. I mean, but I want something more. What? What are you talking about? You want something more?
I'm a good girl.
Good Lord.
I never hurt anybody.
She's still in her freaking
really? You don't
little...
do rugs? That's interesting because you told the whole world you've done rugs now, so you don't do rugs?
I mean, let's just look at what she's doing right now. She's performing. All these dances, the stupid crap she's doing, she's performing. She's a performer. And that is what she's done.
Yep.
From the time she sat in that damn chair.
What did I tell you? She's no different than an actress on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. She just did it in public view as a regular person.
I mean, I'm telling you, that was just weird for her to say. I want more than that. You want more than that? What are you saying? Right now?
I don't have that yet. Eyes open. I really, really, really want that.
Spoiled brat.
So please, Myra or Barb or whoever has it, please get it to me so I can look at it, because I don't have the money to pay the freaking sheriff's office, the $1,400 or whatever the heck it is. But I want the information as quickly as possible so I can start going over it so it can go in my other books and my documentary. This is the crack. This is it, And
it's her own behavior right now that solidifies all of that for me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? She wants what she wants when she wants it, and do not tell me no. And I know nobody likes to be told no, but I mean, there's a difference with this, What?
I understand that.
What? License only? I'm still coming in. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Gypsy's old nose. Yeah, I understand that you guys are going to go through it, but like I said, I don't have hours on end to sit up on a live and listen.
We can't do it today
go
for
through
sure.
it.
No.
I don't have time for that. So if I can get the documents,
wish we did.
That would be the best way for me to be able to utilize them. Otherwise, I can't keep up with it. There's too much, and I just can't. So I need the pieces so that I can do my job properly. Yes, she was scared of her getting pregnant, and Gypsy admitted that. She said that she was making her take pregnancy tests all the time from 2013 on. Wonder why that was, Gyps. Could it be because you were having sexual relations with people from 2009 on? Same.
I don't know. Pretty sure you can't get pregnant from a barbecue bottle.
Yeah. Toothbrushes don't do it either.
No.
No matter how much you try.
But she was 18 and she was with older men, and that was just the way it was.
Yeah, that floored me. Okay, the first one took me out by saying that Dee Dee was a groupie on her knees. Okay, that one I was like, are you effing kidding me? How classless and disgusting are you? I cannot believe those words even came out of your mouth, you skanky person. You are a skanky person. Okay, but when she got to that part where she's just like, oh, so yeah, I mean, and Gypsy was 18 and she was into older men, and I just thought that was fine. What do you mean that was fine? If she is what you guys think, where she's telling Rod that she doesn't even know she's 18 years old, she thinks she's 14 because that's how her mental state is. What are you talking about? You were okay with that a mentally challenged, sick girl going out with older men.
Absolutely, Christy. She's
What?
absolutely jealous. Because why? Like I said, my one and only question to her would have been, why do you feel the need to talk about her right now? 10 years later, you can't let her rest. Why do you feel the need to speak about her right now? Jealousy is the only reason I can think of.
And why is Christy okay with Gypsy sending her 10-year-old daughter over to a 30-year-old man's Facebook page?
Exactly.
Right.
Why is she okay with that?
Oh, and then why was it that my son and my husband might have seen the post? Oh, Mia saw the post. Was it Mia who saw the post, or could they have possibly seen the post? Which one is it, Christy? I mean, I'm just asking for a friend again.
Right.
Yes, I follow Myra.
Yep.
Oh, like, seriously, everything she said in that freaking interview, everything she said up on that panel for 4 hours spewing her nonsense. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And not a
Danny's and
single
Panelists don't
person
mix.
tried to hold her to the mat. Starlight tried, I guess, for a minute or two. Which,
Yeah.
you know, it's here nor there. I don't really like Starlight all that much anymore, but whatever. She was trying. She was at least trying to get some answers out of Christy, not just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Christy's on my panel. Ah! Fangirling her asses off.
Oh, I know.
All right, I'm accepting another person. Don't be freaking crazy.
Don't be crazy.
Yeah, I know Sassy Missy dropped Starlight.
Oh, did
I'm
she?
aware. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, Renee. Did you mean to come up? Did you have a
Yes,
question?
Jill. Yes, Jill, 100%. She still is.
Renee, did you mean to come up? If you didn't, I can drop you down. Okay, I'm going to drop you down because you don't seem to be speaking. So I'm going to disconnect you. There we go. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
I think there was a lot of background noise from that Renee person. So.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, I just have a quick little question.
Sure.
Maybe you could help clear it up.
Mhm.
So yesterday I was watching the live of the lady talking about the new FOIA that just came out. I can't remember her name.
It's Myra and Sweet as Honey, I think.
No, it was a UK lady, the lady in the UK.
Yeah, that's Myra.
Oh, okay. And then there was some other lady that got on, Pug something.
I know Sarah. Yeah.
Okay, and then they were talking about the case, and I had put in the comments, and this is to my understanding that Gypsy pleaded. Gypsy got the sweet plea deal because she pleaded against Nick. Is that true?
No, she did not testify for Nick, which would have made
No,
sense.
she testified against Nick.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If she had, that the plea deal would have made more sense because that's who they would have offered a plea deal for, one to turn on the other. And because she was not the one with the jabbing, then that would have been her getting her plea deal to go against Nick, except that she did not testify for the prosecution. She testified for the defense.
And then they were saying how attorney Mike Stanfield, he didn't have a defense in the beginning, and
No. He didn't have a defense ever, not just in the beginning, ever. And he stood on the steps and said that. He stood on the steps of the courthouse when she got her plea deal and all that went down. And he said right there to the cameras, I'm so thankful for the DA for being cooperative and being understanding of the mitigating circumstances in this situation, because if I had to take this to trial, I had no defense.
wow, that's so crazy.
Their original defense was going to be battered women's syndrome.
Right. Well, I mean, because it's like you see it all like unfold with them coming out with the MVP Wait, Munchausen, but yeah, MVP. And then I don't know. It was just
I think
really
I think that's all Christy's doing. I think Christy knew that Dr. Flasterstein had done that, because there's no world in which I do not believe that Dee Dee did not call Christy up after that and be like, "Oh my freaking God, do you know what just happened? I was accused of da 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 because of taking care of Gypsy.
yeah.
I just know it happened. I do. Can I prove it? No. But do I believe it? Yes. You know, like seriously. And there's absolutely no way she can deny now knowing about the chromosome disorder, because she did. So you went in there and you found the one piece of paper that would sink it for everybody, and you built your entire case off of of a suspected Munchausen by proxy disorder.
Right. No,
That's it.
I'm just totally into this case, and I thought I knew a lot of it, and then there's all these like twists and turns, and now I'm
Oh,
like,
honey.
oh my gosh, I'm so confused. I have one more question maybe you could clear up as well.
Okay.
So, was she an addict, or did she just abuse the pills? Because, like, we know she, well, we
Yeah.
think we know she did pills. In her book, in her first chapter, she swallowed 3. She went home and she beeline for the medicine basin, and she found 3
Right.
oxys underneath all the rummage.
Right. So let me ask you that. I mean, do you know anyone who just tosses medicine into a freaking laundry basket and covers it up and walks away?
And
Especially
how
if
she could find it and all that clutter.
right, and how she could find it, and how would she have been able to, you know, why would Dee Dee have done that if she knew that her daughter had a problem? Why was there a lock on the closet? You know, none of that makes any sense to me, unless it's just that what we found out though is that there was a incident, according to David Blanchard in his interview. There was an incident between Danny Glidewell and Gypsy, and he pressured her into taking Dee Dee's pills so he could sell them. Now, that's an interesting story. And I think that I was an addict thing is to cover up the fact that that's what she was doing, was stealing those medicines.
And not only that, I think she tries to be a part of every freaking community that she can be. Like I said, she's a victim of everything, but a victim of nothing at all.
Right.
You know?
And I think something went down between them over the rugs or over sex.
I mean,
That's what I think happened.
It's just confusing, because like when you look at these bit like People Magazine and TMZ, like they all have articles that say she was addicted, she was on it, she went in prison, she got on some Suboxone, what is this, and all this stuff. So then, like, I mean, here we got TMZ and People Magazine putting out false information to go with her narrative. So then, isn't that? I mean, that I don't know. That what is that? Like that
unethical, illegal?
Yeah,
I don't know.
definitely. But I mean, like who? Like, why isn't anybody like pressing charges against them for putting out a false narrative? And then the lawyer, why isn't he being looked at for putting out this false narrative? Like,
Oh, honey, he is. Don't worry.
I'm trying, girl. Let me tell
I'm
you,
just
we
here to
are
watch all of it fall
trying.
down. But I have lots of questions too, and then again, like I said, I'm just confused with the twist and the turns and the like. This was said, but then this was said, and then this was said, and then this was said, and it's like, oh my gosh, what's the truth? And so it's just. I know you're the gal to go to if you know we got something, which is why when I seen you on right now, I was like, I need to ask that, because I mean, I like, you know, I get on Grok if I have like some questions. You know, Grok is the AI for X. And so I'll get on Grok and I'm like, you know, and I try to prompt him for what it is that I'm looking for, and he's the one that he sent a little article, and then he even gave me references to where Gypsy took the plea deal to testify against Nick, and that's why she got the sweet deal that she got, and he's in life. But I honestly believe they should have equal punishment.
Yeah, Joe Crafts for Fenya, you can ask questions. Yeah, I agree. She should have been in there for life. I believe, though, I do believe that Nicholas deserves to have the ability to be rehabilitated and come back out into society, because I do not believe that he is dangerous unless he is being weaponized by another person. So I would never advocate for him to just get released out into the public like that. I would always Nick is going to need for the rest of his life a caretaker, regardless of whether it's in prison or out. And honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. Being out would not be better for him.
I don't want him out, but I think that maybe like a mental institution where he's being like
Cared for
have
properly.
guidance and a caregiver, but
Right.
he would be able to like go to the store and shop for himself.
That's
or,
what I think too.
you
That's what
know,
I think
start
too.
in a garden and maybe possibly get a girlfriend. I don't know, but like I definitely think that GRB needs that as well.
GRB
She
needs
needs
to be locked
guidance
up
and
for
she
good.
needs
She needs to go away.
yeah.
His head is noodled. I'm
I
sorry.
know.
Joe Crab's question is, was Dee Dee ever tested for the chromosome disorder?
Yes.
Okay, because
I put it out.
that's out there right now, so I think a lot of people are confused.
I know, but
right
I already
now.
put out a video about it today, guys. So please go watch the videos that I put out today because I answered all of this for you guys. So,
All right, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna be right back.
okay. No
Okay.
problem. Annie, if
I
you want to
wanted
drop
to-
down, sweetheart, you can too. Gimpy, are you ready to go?
Yes, thank you
I
so
wanted to
much
answer her
for-
question.
Oh, what?
I wanted to answer. Hold on. I wanted to answer Gimpy Rose's question.
Okay.
She asked about, why isn't anybody doing anything about the false information that's being put out by the media and all of that. What they are continuing to do with Dee Dee and with the grandfather and with the doctors and the hospitals that's legal defamation. Okay. Now
That's what I
down
was
the
looking
road,
for.
there can be litigation about that. Recently, about a month ago, there was a rumor that Gypsy was going to sue the hospital. Okay, please, Gypsy, sue the fucking hospital. Okay, because that allows all of these people to get deposition and discovery and bring all of it in. Now,
Why do you think I was so excited that they sued me?
yeah,
I
exactly.
wanted to go to that courtroom.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be on a trial. I wanted to be able to subpoena every record that they've ever had, any phone conversation. I was within my rights to do so for all of that. And I was excited about that shit, man. Like, seriously.
Right.
Bet.
The last thing she wants to do is give anyone access to discovery. And they keep opening the door for these doctors to sue. And the doctors do not have to just go after Gypsy. They can go after anyone who printed slander against them.
Yes.
For 10 years, these doctors have been accused of malpractice. The hospitals have been accused of letting these doctors do malpractice.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
They can all sue her. Gypsy can be kept in litigation for the rest of her miserable life. And that's what
exactly
she's afraid
what
of.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
it's
she's
already
afraid
been
of.
10
And
years
she's
since
scared. She's scared to death that I end up getting money and can sue the fuck out of her. She is scared to death. Because
But like
I'm telling you, I'm the
Mercy's
only one that
Children's
has it.
Hospital, that's
to
10
go
years
after
ago, and still nothing has happened. And like I know she doesn't have the malpractice case because there is no
No
case.
malpractice case. No,
There is. I understand that, and I genuinely believe that she was the abuser and
I do
not
too.
Dee Dee.
I do too.
And like I even see that in my own family. Like I have my niece abuses my sister, and I watch it like all the time. And I
Yeah.
believe that that's a real thing. And my sister will bow down to her, give her whatever she wants, puts her on a pedestal, and treats her like she's the most beautiful flower in the whole wide world. And I believe that's what Dee Dee did to her. And like, is that wrong? No. You love your child. You want the best for your child. But then again, it's abusing in a way because you're letting your child literally get away with everything.
Because she
And-
thought she was gonna die. Like,
Well, I mean, I don't know if she
I
really
think that
thought
Dee Dee-
that, but
no, I think she thought that, but I think that Dee Dee, I think in the end she realized exactly what she had done wrong, and she paid with her life for it. Jojo, did you have a question?
Okay, well, you can let me know, please.
No,
Thank
no
you.
problem, Gimpy. And thanks
Thank
for
you
coming
so
up,
much.
sweetheart. Thanks for
Let's-
coming up. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. Joe Crafts,
Yeah.
question, love?
Yeah, I was just asking, did Dee Dee get tested for the chromosome
Yes.
and she came back negative?
Yes, ma'am. It's in Gypsy's medical
Yes.
records. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Mhm.
thank you.
I already did a timeline of that. I already addressed that today because I was in a live earlier where this girl was screaming and telling me that either the medical records are fake or it's what Gypsy wanted me to know. Or I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
this is definitely not that, because this does not help her side at all. So no, it's not a falsified document that she gave me. It's not none of that. It's none of those things, ma'am. It is a real document and it exists.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
in
says
the
what-
medical, it's in Gypsy's medical records.
And she was seeing the same doctor. So they were
Yeah.
both going to the same neurologist. So that's why the test was done that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
Thank you.
that's it. That's
And also, how do you feel about Christy coming up and jumping onto the panels the last
I think
few
she's a
days?
piece of shit.
And she's not being
Hi,
honest.
Fancy.
Hey, sweetheart.
How are you?
I am good. How are you, V?
I'm so excited that I'm finally catching your live. I never catch them. I get so... Oh my gosh. But obviously, you know how I am with this story, I think, if you remember all of my annoying comments.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should do this live. I'm doing some research.
Mm-hmm.
And those fraud allegations, I think, are diabolical. And I think the wrong person is being accused of said fraud. Are
Yes.
we on the same page?
We're very much on the same page.
I'm doing a lot of investigation, and unfortunately, when I make my phone calls to inquire, they're not allowed to tell me a whole lot for
So-
privacy reasons.
So what do you need? What do you need?
Well, maybe I can message you.
Yeah. Tell me what you need.
Because, well, I've called a lot.
Yeah.
And everyone is telling me so far that when it comes to even like Make-A-Wish,
Mm-hmm.
it is not the parent, it is the hospital that speaks with the parent.
Mm-hmm.
They do the application and they submit it. It's not the parent.
No.
And the other organizations that I've contacted are all telling me basically the same thing, that it has to come from the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it also, I also believe that Gypsy was applying for things on her own.
Well, and then if you look at the dates,
Mm-hmm.
it's really when Dee Dee became ill.
No, it's before that.
Well, there were a few, but there was a lot after.
Well, Dee Dee got very sick in 2009, or 2008, maybe. They had been.
I thought
in-
it was 2007.
That's it. 2007. You're right. But she wasn't
Okay.
sick like that. She was well enough to go and get. I mean, she was sick enough that she got qualified for disability, but she wasn't sick enough at that time that she couldn't do anything. She just couldn't work because she was disabled and her daughter was disabled. So she was a disabled caregiver for her daughter, who is also on SSI. Even though they say I can't find the fame. No, I have that somewhere in my files. And it is definite that she was on it. They were both on it. They were both on Medicaid. Yeah.
Mum becomes a carer.
The mom was so she was the caregiver, and Gypsy was supposed to take care of her, and Gypsy didn't want to do that. So bye, mommy.
Mm.
Yes,
She was
Tracy.
selling medical supplies
Exactly.
on eBay. What? No.
What? I haven't seen that.
Ice Sticky, you get up here right now and you tell me what you know.
No.
Yes,
Because even
Gypsy was being paid by the government.
Oh
Yes.
my God, no.
And I think that's why
And selling her
a
ass
certain
on the other
doctor.
side of the internet, right? Selling her own ass on the other side of the internet. Yeah, fabulous. Wow. Just wow. I don't have that FOIA yet. I don't have it. I need it.
Well,
It
Fancy,
surprised me.
and you remember when I told you that we knew that Gypsy was anemic?
Mm-hmm.
And then that would make sense for the certain type of drug treatments that she received.
Yes.
But
And it
so
would make sense that she had leukemia, and the only way to get rid of this specific leukemia attached to the 1Q is for a bone marrow transplant. That's the only thing. They have to clean the whole blood. And within 3 years, your blood is fully cleaned and you are 100% in remission. It does not likely for a child to have it come back when they do it the way that it was, for the reasoning that she had it.
So that makes sense. And like I told you that, like, when we were doing that community thing where the business owners got together, and it was just like, it wasn't for Gypsy. It wasn't
Right.
for her, but she was in and out of that wheelchair, and it really disgusted me that the people around Gypsy are lying about
Everything.
always in the wheelchair, because no, she wasn't. And it, like I said, after the crime took place, we didn't immediately like, oh, we know them. It took a minute to like comprehend, like, gosh, she looks familiar, but why? Because there is some distance, but it was you didn't know to pay attention to her.
Are you from that? Are you from that area?
I have summer homes in the Ozarks.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got you. I understand.
So
I seem to have a lot of close proximity to it. So yeah.
Yeah, and it was just like, how the small business owners get together and then they do like community events, advertisement, donations, whatever is needed.
Yeah.
And so that is how that came about. And a lot of things for us are really still fuzzy because, like, again, we didn't know that what was going to happen. But like everything that we remembered, Dee Dee was a gentle sweetheart, never a handout, asking to help. Like,
that's what her friends have all told me. There's only one friend that doesn't have that opinion, and I think that that's because she's friends with Christy now. So I don't talk to that friend about it. I just don't talk to her about it anymore. And that's Suzette's friend too. And Suzette doesn't talk to her about it anymore because we all can't agree. So we just don't talk about it. But yeah, that is exactly, that's exactly it.
With Dee Dee being around business owners and knowing that their homes are multi-million-dollar homes, it's like she didn't ask for anything.
No. And if she did, it was for her child, not for her. There's nothing in the house that was there for Dee Dee.
That's another thing. If she was this major fraud con, where was her benefit?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Hey, OG, you've been up for a little while. You haven't got to talk yet. So.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not upset with you. No, you're fine. I just want to make sure she gets to talk.
I just wanted to touch on everybody saying that they think that Nick needs to go to a mental hospital. I disagree with that because mental hospitals don't work the way that they're thinking that it does. Nick is getting to do more now with the prison that he's in. From what I've heard, he gets to train dogs and stuff.
Right.
You can't do that in a mental hospital.
No, and I'm not advocating for a mental institution. What I'm advocating for is a mental health, like halfway house kind of thing, where they monitor him. He has a caregiver. They take care of him, but he's also allowed to, like, go out and shop for himself, have some different things, but he's always going to have to be cared for. So that's what I want to happen for him. I don't want him to just be thrown out onto the street because that's not going to be good for him.
I agree. I don't.
I think I'm going to ask Jen. I know she's doing these homes for the seniors or whatever that she's doing, and I'm wondering if that could be something that we could do as well, like creating these places for people like that shouldn't be in a mental institution, but need to be somewhere, you know, that they are monitored because they can be dangerous if they're not. You know, but he can't just be free in the world. No, he can't, and he doesn't have a
absolutely
support
not.
system. So
Absolutely not.
yeah, that's the other problem. You know, Nick is in a tough spot. There's no good options for Nicholas. I'm sorry.
No, there's really not. There's really not. I mean, and that's why I've said I think he's where he needs to be, you know, right now. Do I think that he got a fair trial? Absolutely not.
Nope.
You know,
No.
but I don't think that he needs to be out here in the free world. You know what I mean?
Because it'll happen again. It'll happen again.
Exactly.
Because he's already been manipulated by many, many, many women, not just Dawn, not just Real. There have been many women that have been through his door since he's been in prison that have all hurt him in some way. And you know, I know he doesn't trust me because of how I felt in the beginning, but you know what? I'm one of the loudest people for him at this point. Like when I saw what I saw last year, and when I went back to school the year before, my whole opinion on him changed because I understood him at that point. But back when I was saying, oh, I hope he gets locked up for good, and I think I've got something that'll put him away forever, I didn't know what I know today. I saw those emails and they were shocking and scary, and the text messages were shocking and scary. So I just, you know, I went off of what I had and I begged for any alternate story, and neither one of them would give it to me. Nick wouldn't give it to me. Bobby wouldn't give it to me, you know? And so I was like, I can't do anything else but talk about what I know. And these emails scare the shit out of me. Like, and no, I did not get her to write those to him. In fact, I have text messages of me telling her she needs to stop talking to him because it's scary. Just so you all know, there's actually text messages of that too. So, you know, that was my partner, Tori and Amanda, that were helping her and pushing her. And yes, did I know she was writing him? Yeah, but I didn't know what they were trying to do. I had no clue. But all of the things that I have are not from the time period that she was with me. They were from the time period before, which means that he is just as easily manipulatable today as he was in 2015.
Absolutely. I truly believe that. I absolutely do.
Yeah. And that's what makes him dangerous.
Unfortunately, the disabilities that he has, it's not something that can be fixed. You know what I mean? That's something that is lifelong.
Right.
So there's no way of fixing that. And like we've all said, she was able to manipulate him. So you know,
very well. Very well, and she knew exactly what she was doing. She knew exactly the things to push on. She knew about him having the incident with his mother, and you know, the DV violence and all of that. She knew about all of that, and that's what she is. You know,
Fancy.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Did Gypsy tell Nick that Dee Dee had cancer and that they would be doing her a favor by knocking her off?
It's in the offer of proof with not Dr. Wasserman, the other one, Dr. Franks. Dr. Franks, I think, is one. Yeah, it's in that one. It's in there. They read it to him. Yeah.
Okay, and I have another question. Well, it's kind of a thought. Since there was only one ticket bought for Nick to go back, I believe that Gypsy thought if she could get Nick to, or her and Nick, because I believe she was in on it, to off her mom, that she would get that house, get the money, and have Dan move in with her since he was on parole and couldn't leave the state.
Yes.
I believe that was one of her ulterior motives, was to have Dan move in with her.
But Dan didn't want to be with her.
Right.
And I think that's why David Blanchard threw his name out there.
Right. I mean, that's all I want to say. I've been, putting this out there, and nobody seems to be listening. And I'm like, that was her motive.
For 8 years, nobody listens, let me tell you.
I'm like, if you think about it, she's thinking like a kid, and if she offs her mom, then yeah, Dan can move in with her instead of him and his little roommates.
Yeah. Yep. Hey guys,
Or
take a
turn
minute
up.
and hit that little tap up there, the little thing. Join our team. Get up there, doing that for me, please, guys. That helps us keep tacking it. It keeps us safe. We've got over 284 people here, and we've got 56,000. So this is great, guys. I'm very excited that we're getting this out to so many people. This is what helps, and shutting down any misinformation is another thing that helps. You know, like this morning, I was trying so hard to explain to this girl like what she doesn't understand, and I just finally was like, you know what, I can't talk to stupid. Like if you can't help it, if you're that obtuse. Thank you. Who sent that? Bananas. Okay. If I start doing a draw again, anybody that sends the money down, I will do a drawing again. But I'll write you down, Bananas. Thank you, sweetheart. So yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Where can I find that information of Dee Dee being tested? Like it's in Gypsy's.
I put it out today again. It's in a
medical
video
report.
on here. Yeah, it's in a video on here and on YouTube.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look. Yep.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I got told, no, you're lying. You
Yeah.
don't know.
Oh, I
That's
know.
made up.
I know. It's crazy.
And then
It's so funny when it happened this morning. Another person messaged me and they're like, "I'm so astounded that people think they know something about this case and they have no idea who you are." Like,
and I know, I've read that
yeah.
in the medical records. And then this woman said, no, you don't know. And then she pinned my comment and said, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. That's made up.
But she was like, screaming at me.
The comments, so I couldn't even go back in and say anything. It's like, no.
No, it's, you know what? It's arguing with, you can't argue with stupid. They are stupid. And if they are that stupid, then you can't. You just can't.
Yeah.
Lead a horse to water, but you just can't make it drink.
Right.
Anyway, hi Katie, how are you?
Good, how are you? Hi, Fancy.
Good.
I just had a thought, and like this case is like, ugh.
It's wild.
I had a thought. Did Dee Dee have a life insurance policy put on her?
Maybe, but it wouldn't have gone to Gypsy no matter what.
Okay.
If she was murdered and Gypsy was convicted,
Yeah.
she wouldn't have got it. What she did have, to my understanding, is a trust set up for Gypsy's care after she passed, and Christy was allegedly the executor of that and the caretaker of that.
Why would they put it in her name? Why would they put it in Christy's name?
Why would they put it in Christy's name? Isn't that a good question?
Doesn't make any
Because
sense.
they were really close. They weren't like that Christy tries to play. There was none of that. Not from Dee Dee. That's all from Christy. Dee Dee trusted her. Their kids called her Aunt Dee Dee.
Fancy, do you believe that Christy and Rod gave all the lifetime money to Gypsy?
Fuck no.
No.
I know that Gypsy has the chromosome. They I know I already asked about the brain scans, but did they like do any mental health evaluations other than that?
No. Not that I know of. No.
They didn't do that in prison?
What would they do in prison if she doesn't participate? Like,
True.
she didn't have to go through trial, so she didn't need to be evaluated. They'll evaluate you as coming into prison as to, do you need certain services, and she says she doesn't need them. She doesn't need them.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it's just a mess. I mean, it's all from her and all from Christy. There is no other source for the truth except for me. And I'm not meaning like there's other people talking about it. There's lots of people talking about it. But if I hadn't put it out, no one would be able to talk about it.
Well, I hear you. Like it's
it's so funny because those medical records, to me, I lost in them so long.
Like, that's why they gave them to me. I am 100% convinced that is why I got the medical records when I did. Because when I saw the interrogation video and I sent Christy my notes, that's what, like, a few weeks later is when she goes, hey, I've got all these records. Gypsy knows I'm giving them to you. I want to give these to you, blah, 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 blah. And that's when we got the real bulk of everything, because Titania had been working on requesting those as well. And we got them after I came out about the interrogation video. Why? Because they wanted to distract me. Because if I kept going through the case file like I was going through the case file, I think I would have realized a lot of this a long time ago. I would have gone through it and I would have figured this out way, way before.
It's a blessing in disguise that they gave you that medical record, because
They just literally thought I wouldn't know what I was looking at. They thought that they could hide it. And I truly do believe that Titania did not have that document in there on a reason. I think she found it, showed it to Gypsy or to Christy, and Christy told her to take it out of there. Because the only way that Colleen and I found it was in one of our very, very, very old drives. Because we have like 6 or 7 drives that we've had for this, like, because it's so much, you know, like we have to have more than one unless we want to pay for, like, you know, terabytes of storage, and that gets pricey after a while. So we had several different ones in the beginning. Now we have a great big one that I pay for, but back then we didn't. So I think that was the only place it was, and we had all forgotten about it until Colleen. I called it Colleen. I was like, no, you have to find this document. It has to exist, Colleen. I know it does, and you need to find it. And she did. You know, she finally found it, but she said, Fancy, I've never seen this before. I have asked and I have asked and I have asked for this, but I have never seen these results before. And then if I had, we would have known all of this from the very beginning.
Is there anything that the general public doesn't know about?
I mean, yeah, there are. I mean, there's things that are coming out. Yeah, I mean, I think the public doesn't know the level of involvement that might be, you know, might be involved. You know, I think they don't realize how many people are involved in this. I don't think the corruption has been exposed the way that it should be. Ellie, then you're obsessed with me, so why don't you just, like, go away? I'm gonna block you. Have a nice day. Thanks for joining. Anyway.
Yeah, the math is not mathing with the 17 jobs and then 4. Like, that doesn't...
Nothing maths with this. There's no mathing. It's so badly not mathing. Let me give you an example of how it's not mathing. Do you understand that pieces of evidence moved around in the bedroom and they took pictures of them in different places and measured them from different pieces of the wall? So how can you take a pillow that is clearly up behind her head, okay, behind her head, and move it to the foot of the bed where there happens to be the only other, you know, red spot that shouldn't be there unless she was dragged across there. But okay, and then they measure it from there. There's a blanket that moves 4 times, and they measure it from the wrong place. So you tell me what the fuck was going on.
There's a lot
Nothing about that crime scene maths. Nothing.
It's not funny.
And go read every single one of the first responders and the ones that entered the house. Go read every single one of their statements in the actual case file. None of them match each other. Not even a little bit.
Fancy, do you think Christy will go against Gypsy?
Eventually, maybe. I don't know.
I think it's coming soon.
If it is popular for her, if it is profitable for her, yes. Because I can tell you, when I was working with her, she didn't care what I put out about Gypsy or Nicholas. Or anything. It was only about my opinion of her and Rod.
Okay, yeah.
I have a quick question. Okay, so a little bit, not off topic, but you know how OJ, he was tried and he was found not guilty in the big court case, but then in the other one, he was found guilty in the civil court case. Do you think that, obviously, I don't know if the public could do it, but if someone could rally and get like a civil court case against her, because if you do look at the evidence, at the text messages, at everything that, like, not only that you have provided and dedicated your time and like money, effort into finding, but also like it's public. Like, I cannot tell you how many people on Reddit like have access to this information and can see it clear as day. Like, even as far as her saying like, I will have a daughter and name her Aurora and fucking give him to you so you can rape her. Like, hello?
Grape. Use friendly
Grape. Sorry.
TikTok. Okay, so the answer to that is the only people who could do that would be the Petrie family, and I don't know, why haven't they?
Well, have you spoken to because I know you spoke with like Dee Dee, and obviously she's gonna manipulate everything and probably say, oh, like I don't talk to Dee Dee's family, but like, were you able to get in contact with Dee Dee's family and like what they thought of like Gypsy and everything?
Yes, I sat in their living room. I sat in Claudia's living room. I've talked to them for years. I have friends that know them. You know, yeah, and their opinion is that they hated their sister. So she was the baby. She was spoiled. They didn't like that. And when Emma
and then
died,
Gypsy ended up the same exact way.
Yeah, when Emma died, Dee Dee fell apart, and they all freaking hate her. And I mean, it's sad. It's very, very sad. And they could have done this any time. I have offered to help them. Dinah wanted them to do it at one point in time, even though I don't trust Dinah anymore either, you know, because of who she aligns herself with. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I just can't. But they're just not, they're not interested in doing it. And their whole reasoning is, oh, because she could come after our dad. No, she can't. Statute of limitations ran out on that a long damn ass time ago, so there ain't just shit she can do. She's already said it for the whole world, so what the fuck do you care if she says it again? Because and if you wanted your father to be protected and you didn't want that information out there and you wanted to actually protect him, then what you would have done was not appear in the fucking actual thing. That's what you would have done. You wouldn't have appeared. Right. You would have told them, no, we're sorry. After what happened with Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, we don't feel comfortable with that, so we're not going to do it. And that would have been a reason for them to not have to do it. And then they could have sued her, you know. But no, they want to not do that. It's unfathomable to me. I do not understand. Even if I hated my sister, if somebody killed my sister, I would be just beside myself.
Exactly. You would want justice. Like, girl, you don't have to explain to me. I have two sisters. I love them to death. Sometimes I hate them, but like, God forbid, if anything ever happened, like that's your family.
My daughters, since they were little, I'm like, look, I grew up alone. Okay, I'm an only child. I was adopted. I've now met my birth family, you know, and I have sisters that I've gotten along the way. I'm like, but those are your only sisters. Those are it. That's all you get. You get two sisters, okay? And when we're gone, Mommy and Daddy are gone. That's all you're gonna have. Your two sisters. So you all better get along, and you better figure it out, because you're going to be able to count on. I'm telling you, you can't count on anyone else.
No, you're exactly right. You're
friends,
exactly right.
The only person you will be able to count on is your sister. That's it. Period. I'm sorry. Divorces happen. Friends come and go. She will never stop being your sister. So, you know, when I heard the conversation that Trixie just released between Claudia and Gypsy, I was on the floor. We don't care. We're not going to go get her body. We want you to be. You don't know what happened for any freaking reason. You have no clue. You just got a stupid little whiny baby on the other end going, I'm innocent. I'm a good girl. I don't do drugs or hurt anybody. I don't have sexual relationships. I don't do none of that. I'm just so perfect. I could never possibly do this.
Oh my God.
And you just bought it. And you just bought it because you don't like your sister, so you just bought it.
But you know what?
And you know the truth now, and you still won't stand up for your sister. What the fuck?
I truly think that Gypsy's time will come, and I just feel like she just further buries herself in the hole, because her story does change. Nothing is consistent with what we, the people, can see. Right. All the public evidence, everything that we can see, like there is, and it's just so frustrating, especially because now she thinks that she's a TikTok star, and she is trying every topic, every niche in the book to try and see what sticks and what will make people like her, and this, that, and the third. And it's so frustrating to know that like she only has this platform because of the crime that she committed. And she's the first one to say, well, I didn't do the killing of the
I don't identify as a schmurderer. Okay.
Yeah.
But that's why you did a plea deal. Like, what?
No, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Why do a plea deal if you're innocent?
Is there anything that Nick's family can do?
Maybe.
Just because of the evidence that she's provided?
Look,
like,
I don't think
I feel like they can more than prove that, like, because his mental capacity and just like where he is, I don't think much of it has probably changed in the time that he's been in jail. If anything, it may have regressed because he may not be getting the proper outlets that he needs. And I just feel like anyone who has worked with people with autism, Asperger's, any type of mental, like a handicap like that, you would be able to recognize like you can like they're very easily manipulated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the text messages, they prove that. The phone calls, the photos, the videos, everything. Like you can see she's doing the, if you do this, then I'll do this. And that is something that is taught like so I was a PCA, and that was taught in PCA training, like how you deal with people with autism. Like if they're having a tantrum or they're really fixating over something, we'll be like, okay, well, if we do this, then we can do this. And it's kind of a reward system, and that's how your brain is wired.
And that's how
I feel like the evidence, that's all she did.
Yeah. Yep. And she learned that from her mother, because that's what her mother did with her, because she was actually a sick child. And that is a very common thing to do in the community of chronically ill children, is to reward them for going to the things and having these painful procedures and things that they have to go through, because they go through these things on, and it's devastating. Do I think there's trauma from that? Of course, because who wouldn't be traumatized by all of that, right? I'm sorry.
But also, a lot of the surgeries she got were necessary.
Everything was necessary, not just a lot. Everything was necessary. That's the thing. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for joining. I know you haven't got to say anything yet, so hello. Lisa, did you not realize you're up here?
Oh.
Okay. Oh, there you are.
I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to work.
Okay, I'll let you out.
Sorry.
No problem. Bye. There you go. Yeah, so, that's the thing. She learned this reward system from her mother because it is commonly used in fragilely ill children. And so, she learned this, and that's exactly what she used. But she used sex as the reward.
Ugh. Yep.
Who makes a video like that and then puts credits at the end of it? Like, oh God.
Oh my God, what did she
I'm
think
talking
she's a
about
porn
you taking
star or something?
our 13-year-old's V card, and I put credits on the video. What?
I know, it's diabolical.
That must have been during her film phase.
And Gus made her make that video.
It's just, oh my God.
Or even the video as far as her like moving her hand in the motions and saying, "Oh, this is where my mom's bed is. We can come outside, run out into the woods over here."
Yeah.
Like, and it's not a text, so you can't even say like, "Oh, someone else was saying that." No, she's on video. Her squeaky little voice is saying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and the fact that she thought that she would do this and then get away with it, and some kind of fairy tale, like what in the
you gotta pull a Gone Girl, guys.
Disney Channel is this shit?
Well, don't you know she's Rapunzel now?
Yeah,
her hair.
Apparently, I was telling my husband about it.
Fancy.
What's really funny is that's the first documentary I participated in, which was Copycat Killers, and they are the ones who likened her to Rapunzel, and I'm so embarrassed that I was in that at that time, because I didn't know, I didn't know what was really.
So it sticks.
Yeah, I didn't know all the stuff, and it was really upsetting because I sound like an idiot. I'm sad, and I'm even my podcast. Like, I'm so upset because we rushed to get that podcast out because everybody was trying to say we didn't have the things we had, and we were just tired of it. So we finally just did the podcast. I'm glad we didn't wait in some ways, and I'm sad we couldn't wait, because we'd had all this information back then. Everybody would have already known. This is so upsetting that none of this information had been released to the public, and the fact that she didn't.
Have you thought about reaching out to other podcasts? Like, I know
I've been on several.
Yeah, but you know Jelly Roll's wife, Bunny. I remember when
I've tried to reach out to her.
I think that would be. I wish that
she's a
we could
supporter
get you on there, because I don't know if she's a supporter, because she did get some backlash because she did what a lot of the public, some of the public didn't. Like, her supporters, they're like, no, she's a victim, da 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 da. She was like, some of this stuff is sketchy, guys.
I can help you, sweetest honey. I know how to do. I have several podcasts, and I have a podcast network that I can host your podcast for you and everything, and help you with it. So, did she change her mind on Gypsy? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've been on Crime Talk Weekly. I've done 2 different documentaries. I have my huge YouTube channel. I've been on lots of other podcasts talking about it. So yeah, I mean, it's just unless mainstream media ever changes their stance, it's going to take somebody big on the indie side, like a Candace Owens or a somebody like that from Fox Nation or something. And I'm not saying that I support all of that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't. I'm not getting political. I'm simply saying it would have to come from a bigger indie kind of star than just
exactly.
we're at. I'm hoping that my book will finish that, and I'm hoping that I can go back onto Tasha K afterwards. I really want to work with her. I really want to talk with her. I'm very interested in what her friend Jaguar Wright is saying as well about Diddy, and so I'm very interested in talking with her again, and I'm going to send her this newest book so she will have it.
Fancy. You said you had a book. What books do you have?
Okay, so I have 3 books that came out last year. Basically, they were transcripts of our podcast that we did in 2019. There was a rebuttal to it because we got a lot of things wrong. So Colleen and I went back and we basically explained things that we didn't know then and things that we do know now and all of that. So those 3 are out already. They're called The Companion 2, the number 2, The Good Wife's Guide to True Crime, and you should probably listen to them and listen to the or read those and listen to the podcast at the same time.
Where can I find it?
They're on Amazon. Those ones are on Amazon, or you can order a signed copy on my my website, thegoodwivesnetwork.com. Now this next week, we were hoping to get it out tomorrow. We will not. It's just not going to happen. We have 2 more books coming. One is a completely allegorical tale of introducing all the characters, and we're going to expand on that into many different ways. Because it helps take the pieces that confuse you, and it puts it into a concept that's like, no, this is totally absurd. There's no way that this can be truthful because of how we did that. But then I have a straight normal book coming out. It's called Calling Out the Truth. And I will have that on, it'll definitely be on Amazon, but we also are working with Ingram Spark to get it out into regular bookstores and libraries, things like that.
Yes,
because it very much is a tool to learn from. We're also creating a course and a workbook about this that I can send out to law firms and psychologists and things like that for them to teach in their things, because I feel like this case is going to be a case that does eventually set lots of precedents. I think that it's going to be a very interesting case to study because of those things in the future. And looking at it, my main thing with that is educating on how the media made this happen. Because it was all the media that did this. And without the media doing what they were doing, nobody would even know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is.
Exactly. I gotta run. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for coming up, Katie. Do you know how to get down, or do I need to drop you?
Drop me, please.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Hey, Amber, I haven't seen you I haven't talked to you in a long while. I've seen you, but I haven't talked to you.
Yeah.
I'm
currently dealing with severe sunburn, so I'm just going to make this
Amber.
quick.
Hold on, Amber. Hold on. What were you saying, Joe?
Do you think that Dee Dee will ever be cleared of the Munchausen?
If I have anything to say about it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think there's a bunch of us behind that.
Yes, we are. Here, let's get Amber's comment or question real quick, since she's having a hard time. So what's up, Amber?
I just wanted a quick comment. So, because I'm sure we have a lot of new people or whatever, I just wanted to make this kind of worm, I guess, of a thought. Think of all the celebrities she's tried to collab with, and then how fast they have said, oh, I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole, themselves saying that, or making a podcast rebuttal afterward. Like even Jeffree Star, Kim K, all of them have literally said, yeah, it was great when we had that little time, but I don't think this is going to be a good move for me and the public. And then have that sit in your mind for a second, and then try to absorb more of the story that's coming out of what doesn't all make sense. You know what I mean?
I mean, this last year, it has all been put into perspective. Finding the microdeletion. Now we've got the FOIA request, the FOIA is coming out. Now we have confirmation that she not only knew about the 1Q21 and told Aaliyah about it, her parents knew and Nick knew. And she told Nick this and she told Nick she could walk. I mean, it is all now exactly what she was saying. And I think, honestly, the text messages between her and Ryan from last year when she was supposed to be in labor and that hacker was allegedly, putting them out and they were fake. I don't believe those are fake at all. What she said there is very, very evident of what is happening. They are all figuring it out. They're all going to know what happened with me and my mom, and I'm going to lose everything. And he tells her, what does he tell her? That's okay, baby. We'll leave the country.
And I just want to say this too for like the younger kids out here watching. We all know how messy Jeffree Star's been on the internet with his like whole drama and cloud and whatever kind of stuff. And even he won't even associate with her. Let that sink in. Right. Anyway, I have to go because I hurt really bad, but y'all have a good one.
Feel better.
Hurting too.
Yeah. Lots of aloe.
Yeah,
hey,
we've been doing that. All right, y'all have a good one.
I'll drop you down, sweetheart. Have a good one. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I mean, guys, it's just the evidence is here, and I truly believe, like I said, those text messages between her and Ryan. Everybody's like, "Oh, she wouldn't be so stupid to do that." Have you met the girl and have you seen the text messages? Yeah. Like, she text messages everybody weird shit, not just Nicholas. Like, she texted conspiracies weird shit. She texted Nina weird shit. She's texted me weird shit. Like, do you guys not?
Ash Too Trippy, same. Everybody.
Trippy. Yeah. You guys, do you not see that she says stupid shit through text? That's what got her.
Literally wanted them to expose.
In the first place, and she still hasn't learned her lesson. And the reason that I think that is true is because Miss Chip was supposed to be in full-on active labor while this was all going on. Yet that was what she was worried about, was the hacker.
Yeah.
She's communicating with the hacker. She's trying to get her count back. While you're in labor in the hospital?
Chit-chatting. Yeah, chit-chatting.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. If I was giving birth to my first child and I never thought I was going to be able to have children or have a life, I would think that would be more important to me than being on TikTok and talking to a hacker.
It would be important for her to spend her first day off parole with her husband and her child.
No.
Legally, they're able to, but no, that's not what her plan is.
No, we're going to do the 21-year-old, I'm going to Vegas freaking bash of the century. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Whatever. Is she going to Vegas?
No, she's going to New Orleans, but you know what I mean.
Oh.
Like, if you're on the West Coast, that's where you go.
I got people in Vegas, so just let me know she goes to Vegas.
Yeah. I don't think it was fake, guys. I don't think it was fake. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do not believe.
Yes, ma'am. It's tomorrow.
Those were faked texts. I think they could have been typed out and deep faked in the end, but I do.
They sold shirts. Yes, they sure did.
I think they were actual texts between her and him, and I think that is exactly what she was saying because it's exactly what was happening when she sent it to him.
I can't press on these comments to approve them. I get so frustrated.
It won't even let you anymore. It's so freaking crazy. Like half the time
if it's not good,
and then it'll open up and it'll tell me that there's not even a comment.
You and I can still see it. I think the panel can still see it.
I don't think the panel can see it. I think the panel can see it, but I don't think anybody else can see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if, Ryan said he didn't sign an NDA, but if he signed an NDA, then maybe he wouldn't be even allowed to tell anybody that he signed an NDA. So,
Ryan's in Vegas right now?
Oh, cool.
But we can't approve them. When you click on it to approve it, it says no comments there.
No comments there. Yeah. So I'm sorry, guys, because I just made Ogia mod too. So she's got mod capabilities. But
the mods and you can see the comments. No one else can.
Yeah, but it won't let you. When you click on it to approve it or deny it.
Yeah, half the time it tells you it's not there.
I get a red thing that says
no messages. Yeah, that's what I get
too. If you have to
too.
click on a specific part of it, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
And some of that
but I tell you what, it's really good to see Shortcake in here, man. I haven't seen Shortcake in forever.
It's Ryan's birthday today?
Yeah, it said Ryan did a video.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ryan. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
And many more.
And many more. Away from that whore.
Stay away from the house.
Allegedly, for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Nancy, how do you think we can change things to get rid of the Munchausen? Like,
Everybody promote my book, because Mac and I's mission is to have that removed.
I want that out of people's mouths, man.
I want it out of everyone's mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, tell every single person you can about it. Tell every person to go look at anything that's out there. There's the alternate. If it's Becca, if it's me, I don't really care.
Whoever.
It doesn't matter. As long as we can get it out
Thank
there.
you, Fancy, for saying that. I really appreciate you saying if it's me or Becca. And
Or anyone.
I think this is what everyone needs to come together and do.
Right.
Remove the Munchausen.
And we support the people who put out correct information that actually do homework. That is supported, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she seems to do
I don't have to like you. I
anybody.
don't have to like you to respect the fact that you're putting out content.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't have to be besties with you. I can not like you, and we can still have the same goal.
Right.
Okay. And I'm thankful. I'm hoping, to be honest with you guys, I'm hoping that since that Nobody crew has decided to move on, I am hoping that this will quiet down again like it was, since they were the ones stirring.
We can get back to business.
And I can get back to doing what I do well. And that's putting out produced content for you guys. That's doing lives like this. I just could not do it with the insanity that was happening. So, I just think that's the best thing. I will sit and read my book even for you guys. It's not about money. It's about getting this fucking name cleared for her. This is not it. It is not.
And no one's speaking for her. Nobody speaks for Dee Dee, but by God, we're gonna.
When y'all get the books completely finished and you have them, ready to go, make a post so that I can.
Oh, we're gonna have a whole. Don't worry, we're gonna have a whole. Everything. There's going to be all kinds of things.
I think she's on both, Jill.
I think she's on both too. But yeah, I'm going to have promotions and things. We're going to do a tour. Yeah, we're trying, guys. We just have to get it all together. And
Working very hard on it. I mean, we've been quiet for a minute because of all the work we've been doing.
I will be doing an audiobook, Brandy. Don't worry. Yes, Miss Joe.
Bree is trying to drag you back into her crap, and I hope to God.
Nah.
I have nothing for any of them.
No.
I've got nothing for them. I blocked them all yesterday.
Yeah.
I blocked most of them last week, and then I realized that I still hadn't blocked a certain one of them. Because she's usually pretty decent to me. She thinks I'm smart, so I kind of let her stay. But after yesterday, no, I blocked every single one of them. I will not be participating in any drama. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to look at them. I don't care about it. I don't give a shit what they say about me, because none of it's true, and none of those people.
I mean, they're not our people, and really, it's not our focus. I
tried.
That's what you want to do, so be it. But that's not my day.
I tried really hard with her. I tried with her to try and be cordial and to see her for a friend and see her as, okay, if you take everything else out of this, she believes her friend and she loves her friend. And so, okay, who am I to begrudge her having a friend? I can't, even murderers in prison have friends. So I can't begrudge them being friends. Like, I think that you need to be on guard. I think that with a friend like that, you should always be, back of your head, looking back and forwards, and sideways, and your head should be on a swivel. I tried, I really, really tried. And the people she surrounds herself with is the biggest problem, because they egg her on, and they get her all riled up, and they get her freaking doing all of this, and then they do all kinds of shitty shit to people. And then she's left holding the bag, and I think that's wrong too. But the fact of the matter is she thinks it's hella funny. She thinks it's all great. So does Gypsy. So does Christy. And so you know what? Let them have that area of TikTok. Stay the fuck away from me.
Exactly.
Just stay away from me.
We're done with it.
Nothing. And hey, you know what? I heard Brandy needs some views. So why don't you all go over there and harass her?
Yeah. No, that's not our focus.
And now she'll make a video because I made
your name. If Vance and I want to say things about someone else or whatever, we do it in private.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't sit there and spew it all over for the, you know what I mean? Like, not that I can't say something, and if I do have something to say to someone, I'm gonna say it directly to them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it on a panel.
No, guys, that's not how they met. They met because of one Jasmine Coulier, who pretended to be Jamie last year, the press, the press person.
PR, yeah.
The fake PR. That's who turned Bree onto this whole thing. It's also who turned Bree onto me so that Bree would make that first video, the train video, about me and would get me all upset because at the time she was mad at me because I had said something about her nicely at that, on not Natasha's live, on Brandy's live where I was talking about it, I'm sorry, on Hello Starlight's live last year in the beginning of the year. I was on Hello Starlight's live talking about Natasha Cooper, and it was my experience with her. I'd never shared the full thing before, and I said something about Jasmine because Jasmine was the one that supplied the bracelets for the team Natasha for her brain surgery. You know, she needed brain surgery, which she never freaking had. But I highlighted that and I put it out there again, and then that's when Jasmine contacts me, starts screaming at me in the comments. I mean, she writes diatribes, okay? This woman writes for hours on end in a text message, and it goes on all day. It doesn't stop with her. She goes all day long. She's completely cuckoo. We all know it. Her friends all know it. I mean, she thinks that people are talking to her through her washing machine, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the person that we're dealing with, and she is the one who got Bree to come on and start on me because she was upset with me. Then she tried to play the field and come back to me and pretend that she was my friend, and she wanted to help smooth things over with me and Christy. Yeah, no. You lied to everybody, including me. You lied to Christy. You lied to me. You lied to the public. You lied to. So that's where Bree came from. That's why Bree is here. So we all have Jasmine, who is Natasha's old mod, who is still with Natasha, to thank for Bree. So I'll give her a clap. Good job, Jasmine. Good job, Jasmine.
Bravo.
Have I ever been friends with Natasha?
It's interesting to me that
friendly but not friends.
They surround themselves with
cordial
liars.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you know? I mean, Jesus,
that's what I'm saying. Birds of a feather flock together.
Birds of a feather flock together. You know, and that's what happens. You know, thank you guys. Thank you for all the gifts. I really do appreciate it, guys. It helps us here.
Yeah,
keep doing what we're doing.
I got 5 of something, so whoever sent me 5 of something, thank you.
Yeah, Caitlin, no, I don't. I was never friends with her. I started out when I had my big Facebook page. She came on my page and she started promoting her group on my page, and so I was really ticked off about that because I think it's rather freaking rude to do that. Okay, and so I contacted her and I talked to her. And I was like, hey, what are you doing? Can I see the group? Because I'm promoting it on my page and I don't even know what it is. Right. And so I got in there, and in the beginning, Natasha was all pro Gypsy and she was sending her a collage with cards from everybody. Oh, she was so sweet. And then I got into it with her 3PDO freaking mod over on Facebook, and that's when it all started, and Christy started turning on me at the same time, and so she went to Natasha. So no, I'm not friends or friendly with Natasha. I simply, during last year, I was cordial with her, and I felt like we were on the same mission at that time until Christy Blanchard, called her up and said, hey, I'm so glad you got the autopsy report. I'm so glad it went to you.
I'm from the douche.
Yeah.
I'm from the douche. The douche. I am a douche. I'm a douche. And Ken's a douche.
Sorry. That's all day, like for real.
Sorry, guys. This is what we do while we write.
It is. I can't even tell you the voices and cracking up we do.
Especially when we're writing the satirical pieces.
We should just hit record so people can hear it. Because my god,
hear these pieces that we have put. I'm telling you guys, the books are going to be epic. You're going to love them.
Yeah,
they're very interesting.
Especially when you realize, like, we do a little bit of a trial, just a little satisfaction of a little bit of a trial.
Yeah, but it's not the trial that we're planning. I want everyone to know that. The trial that is happening inside these books is a allegoric tale. It is not the courtroom scene that we want to do in the actual documentary. This is just us having some satirical fun.
bantering.
And on
Yeah,
top of
Amber,
that,
I
it
could.
really highlights the absurdity of what is going on. Okay, because it puts it into a just completely fantasy idea of it, and it's over the top, and it's everything you're going to want. I'm telling you. If you've never seen a true crime book like this, it's not like
And
anyone.
what's funny is the people who know will know exactly
What
the
we're talking
jokes
about.
or
I'll be
the
right back.
Easter eggs we put in there. Like, you guys are going to totally know what we're talking about. If somebody's named something specifically because we changed names, you're going to really laugh at some of it. Yeah, we came up with some good ones.
I can't wait to read the books.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work, I'll tell you that, but it has been a lot of fun. It's been cathartic, you know what I mean? And it's like, after reading, got through the first 3 chapters of this, right? And I'm really just like, I feel like I've gotten to know Dee just through talking to, her friends and just learning more about her and, everything we're doing with the case and everything we're doing with this book. And then you have Christy come out on that panel and she's saying stuff about her. And I was just like, I never say anything. I never go off. But yeah, no, that was it, man. I couldn't. I wasn't going to do it. Like, no, you have no business to talk about her. None.
Not at all.
Like, seriously, none. That did her no favors. I'm telling you that right now. That did her no favors.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you too, if you believe in all the stuff they believe in down there in Louisiana, that's some badass juju that they're doing right now to her. Like, seriously, you don't talk ill of the dead anyways, period. But
Christy didn't do any favors for Gypsy either.
No, she didn't.
She's never done any favors for Gypsy, Joe.
Nope. And she says the reason why they asked the question. So when you have Munchausen by proxy, you're constantly taking them to the doctors, they're constantly sick, Why did all the appointments, why did all that stop? That was asked to Christy, right? Well, you guys don't understand what was going on in that house. And she's like, well, she found that prescription pad. Wait, what? Okay, so she stopped going to the doctor's appointments because she had a prescription pad? Are you hearing what the fuck you're saying?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it made no sense whatsoever.
Dee Dee's just filling out prescriptions.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Again, shall I show you what's in here?
Yeah.
Every medicine that she ever picked up.
All the prescriptions.
All the prescriptions about
Yep.
them. Every single one.
Yep.
All of them.
It's just she wasn't prepared for that. She was not prepared for that interview, like, at all. Like, she popped a couple Xannies and that gave her a little courage, thinking she was going to be able to, no, you did yourself no favors at all. Nope. Anybody who can sit there and talk about a woman who's dead now, and hasn't had an obituary and hasn't had a funeral and hasn't had a memorial, hasn't had anything, nothing, hasn't earned, but nobody's put her in it yet. She's still sitting in a box in a closet.
Apparently they finally have done that. Apparently they finally put her in an urn, but she's not being displayed in their home or anything. She's still in a closet again.
Right. Okay. Well, either way, it's like you don't sit there and talk bad about her.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like what is her end game in doing that? That's why I said my first question would have been, why are you talking about her?
Right.
If she would have talked about anything else, Gypsy, Ryan, whatever, I wouldn't care. But
Hold on, everybody talk one at a time.
To say the things that she said about Dee Dee, like getting on her knees and no.
This is the lowest class shit.
There's a line to be drawn, and if no one else will speak for her, I will speak for her. Okay, Kylo, come right in.
You're a boil in the butt of humanity. That's what I feel. So
yeah.
Ever since I figured Christy out, like, there's no fooling me anymore about her. When I tell you something about Christy Blanchard, you can take that to the bank. Okay? When I tell you something about the Petrie family, you can also take that to the bank. I know them. It's not just that I've researched them or I've been observing or I think I know something because I see them on TikTok or whatever. No, I know these people. I know what they do. I know what they've been doing their whole lives. And I have their number, and that's why I'm dangerous to them, and they know it.
You've had experience with them throughout their process of investigating this case.
You know the truth.
Talk to all of them.
Cash or card at GW.
You know the truth, and you're not a freaking sellout.
Both
That's
work.
what it is.
Right. I mean, when I saw it, and I can't explain to you being on the inside and being friendly and being friends with Christy. Very much friends. I thought we were very close. She knew a lot about my life, which is why she fucking tried to blow it up by lying. Yes, I've talked with Gypsy before too. Yes, I know them all. Like, I literally know them all. Okay. And so here's the thing. Like, as soon as I saw the person, the Good Wives Network, as soon as I saw the person she knew she couldn't fool me anymore at all. Mm-hmm. And she tried many times, and I would be like, sure, Christy, you want to come on the podcast? Great, let's do it. Oh, no, Rod says I can't. Okay, no problem. Because you don't want to come on this podcast with me because you know.
Rod doesn't tell her what to do. Are you serious? She runs that show.
Yeah, I'm going to hand you your ass, just like I handed your husband's his.
Yep.
If I had gotten up on that panel the other night,
forget it.
It wouldn't have gone down like that.
No.
You would have ran her little ass right on out.
Oh, of course she would have.
Within minutes.
She would go toe to toe with you, ever.
Nope. So,
she's not going to go toe to toe with anybody that's going to challenge her. Let's just say that.
No. Nope. What were you saying, Joe?
Do you think that Gypsy has fooled her or Christy?
No, Christy and Chris, they're all well aware of what they have.
So they're running into the game as well.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Always
Amber,
happened.
you know.
Yeah. I think they've always known. I think that there was things going on between them that we don't know yet, but I think it's going to come out eventually.
I think we're about to find out.
I think we're about to find out a lot more. Mm-hmm. And I think that, again, people are going to be like, oh, shit, Fancy wasn't wrong. Funny how that works.
I don't know.
What have I really been wrong about? I want to know. I want to know one thing you guys can come up with that I've actually been wrong that wasn't just me saying, perhaps that happened.
Right.
Anything that I've told you is the truth. You go back and you tell me when you can clock that I was lying. You tell me.
You have been wrong. You fess up to it if you're wrong. I'll give you that. You do.
Right.
Yeah. Because we've all been wrong at some point. But as far as this case goes, no, you've been.
You learned today.
You've nailed
You've
it.
been very honest with everything. You've come up.
You're gonna learn today.
Crazy ideas at times, but you've always said, "Well, this is just what I'm thinking." So it's not like you're saying, "This is what happened."
But if I put something out and I tell you that's the truth, you better damn well believe it.
Yeah.
Because I don't do things halfway. I don't put out content I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Just like this morning, I could have just rushed over here and started running my mouth, but instead, what did I do? I went and collected 5 different documents so that I could lay it out for you with the documents you all could see.
Yeah.
Like, that's the way. I'm not going to do something stupid. Somebody asked something in here. Yes. I saw on her records that she had C7, C8 syrinx, which can be caused from leukemia. Yes, it can be. Ding, 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 ding. And guess
That's what I'm saying, though. They're talking about all the Make-A-Wish stuff and whatever, Vance. But it was like, but she was really sick, though. You know what I mean? What if she really had the leukemia during that time when it was the Make-A-Wish? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. That's why the Make-A-Wish, it's not fraud. Why do you think none of the agencies have gone after her? I originally thought the agencies didn't go after her because they didn't want to stress. But I don't think that's it at all.
Yeah, because you guys were talking about that when I had to go.
They have nothing to go after. There's nothing. She freaking she qualified for all the services.
Right.
Every single one of them.
Right.
Oh, Alicia, hey girl. Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah.
And no, I think that Ryan doesn't know half the shit that Ken knows. Ken's been around for the 10 years, guys.
He knows. I think he's creepier than her at this point.
He is fucking creepy, man. I called it the minute I saw him. I just knew. I was like, oh.
There was just like this weird look he gave to the camera at this one point, and I was like, ooh.
And if he couldn't say more, I'm not into you, then that is like, Did you see the body language in that video? He's
can
like
do
this.
crap.
He's like this. He's just like, he's looking at her like, please stop. I am so embarrassed right now. Would you not do this? You know, but no, there is no freaking love there. There is no like, oh my God, I love Gypsy. She's the, no, there's no spark. There's nothing.
She won't sue the doctors, Jill, because she said she's chalking it up to human error.
Sure. She won't sue the doctors because she has no leg to
I'll
stand.
tell you what, if I really thought these doctors really jacked me up because my mom was doing some flirting with you or whatever, right? That's one of the first things I would have did when I came out. Right. Like, you mofos are going down too. Like, screw all y'all. But no, but her mom can't be chalked up to human error, but the doctors can be chalked up to human error. I gotcha.
Right.
Oh, the doctors suing them. Oh.
To be fair, hold on. To be fair, mama of girls, I want you to understand something, okay? When my mother passed away, my mom was a juvenile diabetic. She had been having miniature seizures for years that her doctors did not catch, did not look for, and should have. And the doctor literally told me that she would stand in court with me and go to court and tell them that that is the reason why my mother was passed away. Do you know what I did? I did not do it. You know why? Because that nothing that could happen from that could bring my mother back.
Right.
My mom was gone, and I didn't want to go through a court case where I had to go and do all of that again. I couldn't live through killing my mother again. Okay, like I literally couldn't live through watching me have to talk about my mom.
She didn't want that either.
And so I chose not to. If I had chose to, do I think my life would have been different? My kids would have had better? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would have won because I had the doctor that pulled the plug to tell me that they were wrong, Right. So, but I didn't because I just couldn't do it. I wasn't mentally capable of doing it. So, but looking back, I wish I had now because I was just too emotional about it at the time. And now the sexual.
Of course. That's a very emotional. Yeah.
And I was alone. It was just me. I don't have siblings that are my mothers, so I had nothing. It was just me and my husband and my kids. Like that was my whole family. And I didn't have anything from my mom's side. They're awful. They're just freaking awful. So it's just but there's nothing good about her. Hey, Goth Mom, how are you?
That's awesome, Alicia. I didn't know that.
Today.
What? I'm sorry.
Good, Fancy. How you doing?
I'm a little tired. I'm trying to stay cool, but yeah.
I feel that.
I'm getting hungry. I'm probably gonna have to go and eat something real quick here, but anyway. Did you have something you wanted to discuss, Goth Mom?
Oh yeah. What about the whole regarding Kempton? I honestly and truly believe he has a deep hatred of women.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But,
and I think that stems from his mother.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Ken.
We're talking about Ken. And I'm telling you, I think the hatred for women comes from his mother because, who goes up on a panel and says that her two boys have PTSD from her asking them if they were gay all the time because she really just wanted a gay son?
Exactly.
What fucking mom is
and
there's nothing wrong.
Is also his gay best friend. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. I'm very accepting. That's my point. Why? But here's the thing. From what I understand, it's his dad and his brother that he does not want to know. I think that's what's going on. He's trying to keep it. I don't know why. Because listen, dude.
Because in the community that his father comes from, it wouldn't be accepted.
Right?
But yet his mother wanted that. Like, it just makes sense. And then on top of that, somehow a child of hers got trafficked into his 13
You know what I'm saying?
old. I don't know.
Maybe that's why she said that.
Who knows? That woman's just as crazy as the rest.
I don't know, Raina. Yeah, I'm surprised. She's been pretty quiet. She's been quiet. I think
she's realized it. I think
the baby girl has been born. Yeah, she's been.
Yeah, real quiet.
But it seems quite disgusting. Like if you've got a straight son, and she goes, "Oh, all I ever wanted."
Yeah.
With a gay son, like
Yeah, like why would you want that? That causes strife in their life.
Yeah, why would you put that on? You know
Why
what
would
I'm
you want to
saying?
put
Like,
that? Like,
if you are, you are. If you're not, don't force that on anybody. Just
right,
like
there's a
you
difference
force
of
someone to
being
be straight or not.
right. There's a difference of being
Right.
supportive if they are, and trying to actively make your child be one. Like
Yes.
that's the difference.
Like my daughter's gay and she lives in Vegas and she still feels strange about holding her girlfriend's hand out in public because just the hate is everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it makes her nervous in a place even like Vegas. So why would you wish that on anyone? I wouldn't. You know what I mean? You can't even.
I don't know. Giving Aurora the middle name of Reina as a manipulative tactic. I mean, it definitely could be.
Probably
I can
so.
see how that would be.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I hadn't really thought about it like that, but yeah.
That's a.
It's attaching her to the baby permanently through a name.
Bless you, baby.
Oh, she's got your name, Raina. You can't. She's got your name, Raina. You know what I mean?
And she's got Chrissy's dog's name, so.
Yeah, that's even weirder too.
Yeah.
Which is also David Blanchard's daughter's name, which is also the name that she was going to name
I didn't know
her
that.
child with Nick. It's very bizarre. It's
I knew
Yeah,
that.
I know. I'm
I
trying
didn't
to
know
say
if
that
it
that's
was
not true, but it is
Blanchard.
true. I know 100% that I heard back in the day. That's what I heard. I know I saw it somewhere. I know that it happened. That she really did have a conversation and she wanted to name it Aurora. Yes, is it not? It's not in the conversation with her and Aaliyah.
Say that.
It's not in the text messages with her and Aaliyah, but I do remember it being somewhere. I know for a fact I saw it. But there's a lot of things that have been misplaced in this case now.
Can I
We
say
see so
it's
many
not-
things. It's like, oh my God. When we go back to look at something, we'll be like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Like, there's so much. There's just so much.
Yeah, there's so much.
David Blanchard's son's, David Blanchard's daughter, it's Kim. They got together later, so it was.
Oh, so Kim's daughter is the one that's named Aurora?
Yeah.
Oh, well, still interesting.
Yeah.
So what? Is it David's stepdaughter then?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Still weird, right?
Still weird.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
very, very weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How did you cope once you put all the pieces together? It's been very hard. I've
got
literally
me.
questioned myself every day. Am I crazy? I will call Mac
Yes,
and I will
Mama.
be like,
The dog's
why are
also
we doing
named
this?
Laura.
Yeah. Yeah.
Christy's
Like,
dog.
why are we doing this? Why are we, what are we doing? Why am I
Yeah.
still doing this to myself? And she's like, because you're doing this, and and I have to calm down and figure it out. No, I have had, it noodled my brain too. Yeah. Because it was like I had a puzzle and I had all but like 6 pieces. And, but no matter what I did, didn't make the pieces come in. It just, no matter what I did, it was, so this, all that happened this last year and everything.
It was a
coming
little
out.
over a year ago where you found the micro deletion.
Yeah. And that's where it all began
And
to
that
really.
solidified everything.
Exactly. As soon as I saw that, I was like, we've been right about everything.
Nope.
We were right the whole
Yep.
time.
Yep.
He's done this, and this is not, no, she's lying, and she knew the
Every
whole time.
procedure was needed.
Yep.
And then for it to come out in the text messages that she not only knew about it and told Aaliyah about it and said that she knew that was what had caused all her medical issues. But then we come out with the whole text message between her and Nick and saying that I didn't walk for 14 fucking years. Be so for fucking real.
Mm-hmm.
And then her freaking little team is over there like, oh, so a 6-year-old fancy, a 6-year-old? Yes, a 6-year-old. Because guess what? That's the age she said he was. I didn't say it. I'm the one who texted Nick. She did. And
Right.
yes, you go look up how many 6-year-olds and 10-year-olds and 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds have been heinous crimes, and you come back and tell me that a 6-year-old can't decide to willingly sit in a goddamn chair so everyone will give her attention and stuff.
Please.
Get
She
out
knew
of
at a
here.
young age that was getting her attention.
Yeah.
A child can't be
Manipulation.
manipulated.
Manipulation from
Oh
children.
my God, have you seen the videos of the
As
kids
much
with the
older.
chocolate all over their face and the mom says, hey, did you have chocolate? They're like, no. They know the lie.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They know the lie. Come on now.
Yeah.
But no,
I did it.
she
We did it. My siblings did it.
uh-huh.
I mean, look, How many kids have gone, Mommy, I don't feel good. I can't go to school. Then your mom goes to work and you're like, yay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
I did it.
One time,
It's because I was getting bullied. I didn't want to go.
This is how manipulative one of my nieces was back then. Okay, she was like 5 or 6. She's sitting in the back seat. She's all alone in the back seat in her car seat. All of a sudden, she just starts screaming out. Her mother looks back and is like, "What is wrong with you?" And she says, "Tori pinched me," which is Tori is her older sister. Tori's not in the car.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Tori's not in the car.
Tori's not in the car. How did Tori pinch you? Then another time, she decided she wanted movies from Blockbuster.
Cute,
her mother
Pascal.
told her
That's
no,
cute.
and she got on her bike and rode all the way into town, all miles and miles to Blockbuster. And what happens? Her mother finds her. Her mom's out running errands, and there goes Carrie right across the street on her bike, and she's like, "What the hell? Please tell me that children can't be manipulative."
They totally can. Yeah, they
Jesus
can.
Christ.
You got to realize who you're speaking
Their
with,
elevators do not go all the way up.
No, no.
I'm sorry. And I don't care how many degrees they have, they're still stupid.
No. No, they just don't make sense. I don't think they think about what their argument is.
I don't either. Well, I think they're all psychopaths, so it doesn't really matter. I think they're all sociopaths. The whole group of them, I think they're all sociopaths. The whole group of them. You know, like they're just crazy. None of them are logical or reasonable.
Hey, Mickey.
No.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. I think I am going to have to shut down. I need to eat barbecue sauce and peanut butter. Yep.
Oh.
And toothbrushes. Oh my. Barbecue sauce, peanut butter, and toothbrushes. Oh my. Barbecue sauce and peanut butter and toothbrushes. Oh my.
I'm gonna have nightmares like you, Fancy.
I can't. Oh my god, you're so funny. Yeah, but it's true. Good night.
Good night. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having us, Fancy. Have a good one.
Coming. Have a good day.
Yeah, it was nice you guys all to be here.
Yeah, I had a good time. This is what we used to have, and I want this back.
Yeah,
this is what I want back. This
I missed it.
right here. I miss communicating with you,
Amber.
guys. I miss talking with you. I miss discussing pieces of this.
I do too.
You know?
I do too. Missed you.
And they tried to ruin this community. Let's show them how they did not.
No.
Let's
Come
show
back
them
even
how they
stronger.
did
We're
not.
gonna stay. We're gonna be here.
Yep.
And come back stronger.
Missed you. We missed all of you. Yeah, I missed you too, Gotham.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, bye, guys.